Yeah.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to D&D with WhatTeamComp. I'm your host, the Uncommon Guru, back again with my friends. We are currently missing one, but she'll be showing up in just a bit. She said start without her, which we're all happy to take it a little slow, make sure we get in there, but also we're excited to have her join us. We are joined today by the wonderful Zarkwarts, who is playing Aurelius, the human fighter.
It's ironic that my username starts with a Z and my character name starts with an A.
Yes.
I am the beginning and the end.
Not fighter, paladin. The fighter is played
I was gonna
by
say hello.
Mary, who is playing as Genevieve or Fidget, the human fighter.
Hello. I'm the paladin today. I'm probably a fighter.
Totally. We are currently missing Paris, who's playing Serenity, our Azmar barbarian, but we are not missing...
I'm pretty sure they're an artifighter.
They're an artifighter, of course. We are not missing Kendall, who is playing as Artemis, who is playing our half-elf artificer wizard.
Hello.
Hello!
Hello.
Hello!
Hey.
Oh.
Hello!
Excitement.
Did we take a long rest at any point?
You have not yet
Or am I
taken a long
Not
rest.
yet.
No.
Okay. I was just making sure.
You're looking at your sheet like, wait a minute, I'm missing some stuff here. Yes, you still are missing those things.
Alright.
So,
So I need to...
quick recap.
So, last time on Dragon Ball Z, we,
Zark.
Look,
He's doing the last time on Dragon Ball Z. Go on.
we left the tower and went, like, after some very emotional discussions on humanity and ships of Theseus, even though Theseus does not exist in this setting.
Correct.
So we go down from there to find someone to help us travel and avoid conscription from the local guards who aren't really taking their job seriously anyway, so chances are slim anyway, but, like, better safe than sorry. We just had, at the very end, a conversation between Fidget, Aurelius, who was just kind of there, and some collective member to take everyone in a carriage up north, but first they need to meet at a cove or a beachhead, like something like that.
At the dock.
To get on a ship.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Casual reminder, the landfall handout is still available for you all to see in cities.
Yeah. It is very helpful that they have...
It does have the name of the person you spoke with, as well as the person you are going to go see.
Yeah, Maxwell, and we're going to see Paula.
Reading is for
Paula.
squares.
I'll do the reading then. I'll be the square because my character can't.
Your character, your character,
Your character's learning.
They're learning, yeah.
Yeah.
What does
Everyone
this
was
word
talking
say?
last time. Nobody could tell.
What does this word say?
I'm
Good.
going to flick you in the ear as Fidget and as me.
You will miss as you, but as Aurelius, you'll probably hit him.
Aurelia's like, ah!
I'm not that short.
Who said that anything about you being short?
You're crossing
He said I
ocean.
missed.
No, you're right.
Anyways. And we were saying, and Kendall was saying that Artemis had been in there at the meeting, but had just been taking notes,
Yes.
not saying anything.
Yes.
So, Fidget had paid 20 gold to have Maxwell say that he didn't see her.
Of course.
And, she would stand and look at the other two, kind of like motioning, like, let's get out of here. We need to find a place to rest.
Mm-hmm.
And as she's heading out the door, she pulls her scarf back up and her hood goes back up, just in case.
Of course.
And once outside, she'll turn to the others and go, 2 things. We need to find a place to rest because I don't know about you, I am not waiting up until noon tomorrow before I have a place to lay down. Second, 40 gold a person, and if anyone doesn't mind, I'll pay the extra 40 for Velinor because I know he don't have the money.
It's sad but true.
Anything goes.
What?
Anything goes.
Artemis will start going through her pouch.
We don't need to give the money to anyone until we meet Paola tomorrow at her ship, but that it's actually a pretty good price to get all of us on there and our cot and all the Macnaves.
Alright.
So, and then she'll kind of do like that nervous clapping of her hands, kind of like, so you guys got to see a little taste of my world. I'm sorry if it was as confusing as I'm sure it was.
Aurelius just kind of brings his hand up to his chin and starts like stroking it, and he just kind of goes, "It was oddly familiar."
I didn't understand some of the words, but I understood some of the intent. But yeah, a bit familiar. Not directly, but like parallel.
Yeah, like a, like a white horse and a black horse.
It rhymes.
Yeah. Horse and horse both rhyme. It's like they're the same word or something.
I'm trying so hard not to.
You alright, Velinor? You sound sick.
Yeah, Velinor, you good?
I'll be fine. Don't look
Okay.
at me.
Is it allergies? Are you allergic to like sea?
Oh, he's gonna hate the next 10 days.
What do you mean?
We're going on a ship.
It kind of pauses, thinks about it. Right.
Has anyone here ever been on a ship?
Aurelius scratches the back of his head.
Do boats on a lake count?
What did you do on the boat? Just sit on it, or did you help it move? What did you do?
I was fishing.
Yeah, I've done that
This is going to be
before.
very different.
I'm from the city. I stayed in a guild for most of my life. And
Yeah.
then when I got out, I was mostly on foot.
Okay.
I know horses. I can do horses.
Each of us have some skill sets that, from my understanding, I haven't actually been on a ship myself, even though I lived right next to the water my whole life. We all have skill sets that'll be very helpful on this ship. We have those of us with strength. We have those of us with knowledge. We have those of us familiar with nature. That'll be very, very important when we're on a ship. If we make ourselves useful on this ship, there will be no problems. And it will be a quick trip there without worrying about any gods trying to get us to enlist in what's going on.
Okay.
So should
And
I...
Artemis is going to... Artemis is going to look at Velinor. Just kind of give him an odd look for the noises he made at her. You know him from Denziel.
Yeah.
Why did you sound surprised?
I mean, I don't know everything about you all, so I'm allowed to be a little surprised when I learn something new. Right?
Did you know that in the north there are mountains?
Hardy har har.
Did you
So-
know that it's
Before
just
Aurelia,
toast.
she's gonna raise her hand up and cover Aurelius's mouth.
If you didn't, he was gonna shove at him. I mean,
Yeah. So we need to find a place to rest, and again, it is 40 gold ahead to get on this ship for safe travel for 10 days. And again, if nobody has any arguments, I will be paying for Velinor. Are we good?
thank you.
Do I need to like research what I could actually do on a ship, or is this
I think the captain
Make
will
yourself
handle that.
useful.
okay?
Won't the captain tell us if we are needed to do anything? Maybe.
We need to. There'll be probably jobs assigned to people. Will probably be asked what we're good at. Because we are not part of the crew, they don't know us. We gotta prove our worth to be there, even though we are paying.
Right.
So I should read a thing or two about ships, then, I guess.
There's books on ships here.
Probably. I mean, it is a port city, right?
I mean, you're right.
We
but
we don't have very long. We need to be on the ship, paid for, and settled by noon tomorrow.
Okay, so we find a place, and I'll ask if they have anything, or maybe I can talk to people who can tell me some things. And then we pass out and then wake up on a ship, I guess.
Fidget will get an idea before turning on her heels and heading back into the tavern. Is Maxwell still around?
He's just taking a drink. Just relaxing, so it seems.
She'll go up to his table and clear her throat a bit.
Yeah. Doesn't look at you.
I know that you don't have rooms here. Do you have any good recommendations for lodging for the night for us?
Well, this ain't a tavern. This ain't an inn, it's a tavern. If you're looking for an inn and you're looking to stay away from the guards, head along the docks. There's a actual inn called Where the Fish Lie. Yes, it is where it is called. Yes, it is poorly named. Yes, I still think it's funny.
She will give a nod, say thank you, and put 5 more gold on the table before walking out.
That's Where the Fish Lay is what I meant to say. My apologies.
Artemis is gonna walk over to Serenity and kind of hook her arm through hers before walking toward wherever they're going.
Yeah, when Fidget
Wait,
comes
poke a
out,
what now?
she's poking you to
Hook
wake
her
you up.
arm. No, she's hooking her arm through hers.
Oh, okay.
Arm
Just kinda,
through arm.
She's grabbing
Serenity,
you.
hey, no, because I put this in the roll 20. I don't know if I put it in the right one. I did.
that you said
Okay.
that you were she was asleep against Velinor.
Yeah.
Isn't Bellinor like standing?
Yes.
So then when he sat up, she's waking up then. So it's just her just sleepily falling Artemis.
Yeah, Fidget will come out and kind of go, we need to go down the docks a bit more. There is an inn down there that we will be able to stay the night. Again, we need to get up early. We need to be at the ship and ready to go by noon. Understood?
Understood. Gently nudges
And she'll-
Serenity.
Serenity, are you gonna be okay on a ship for a couple of days? Have you ever been on one?
She just gives Fidget this expression that just the best way to describe it is a face that reads, now what do you think?
It's better that I ask, you know? Just it'll be fine. It's to make it so that we're not stopped by gods trying to get us to join in the fight that they were trying to do in town. And she'll lead the way down the docks to the inn.
All right. Making your way down the docks, you see Where the Fish Lay. It is a very silly-looking basket with like fish poking their head out, like with little Z's coming off of them. It's like, come on, that we know what that means, but it does look like it's like bobbing in the water. It's cutesy, it's a little artsy, what sort of thing. Entering in, there's like places to drink and like little tables and whatnot. Nothing towards the center of the area. All the seats or whatnot are against counters, either off to the side or on the far wall, where there is a stairway that goes kind of up and behind the main bar. Behind the bar, you see this rather portly, rather stocky, very soft, but very soft-looking Triton gentleman with like long, whiskery mustache. Looks like a catfish sort of Triton. Kind of looks over to you all as he's cleaning the mug that he's got. Looks over, is like, "Welcome to where the fish lie. How can I be of assistance to you? Name's Koyev. Be pleased to work with you."
And Fidget will kind of give a smile, her scarf no longer up, going, friends and I are needing a place to stay tonight. Depending on how many rooms you have, we can make it work. And she'll motion to the 5 of them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Any of you wanting to bunk up, or y'all looking to be separate? Don't
I'll
judge
bunk
either
up.
way. You'll bunk up? Alright, so 4 rooms then?
Mm-hmm.
Is that anyone else looking to bunk up?
I'm offering to bunk up if anyone wants to be in the room with me.
Aurelia shrugs. I have no preference.
I'll let you bunk up with me if you want. Just
So 3 rooms.
3 rooms, yeah. 3 rooms? 3 rooms. Kind of looks down to you, is like, you're paying for me again, aren't you?
Of course I am, Valinor. You'll pay me back, right? In your own way.
Yeah, just, you know.
You do your own thing. I don't expect money.
And you see Koyev just kind of have this, like, hearty little chuckle, just like, "It's good to see good friends roaming around my place again. 3 rooms. Each of those rooms will be 8 silver apiece. I can have 3 rooms for you, no problem whatsoever. Would you prefer to pay as a group when you leave, or would you like to pay up front?" That is per
Pay
night.
up. Per night?
Yes, 8
Or per
silver per
person?
night.
Okay. Fidget will
How
hand
much
over...
is 8 silver in gold? I mean, how much is... Let's see.
For 3
A
rooms.
gold.
10
Um,
silver per
Hold
gold?
on, y'all.
Sorry, let me do the math. Hold on a minute.
As you wish.
So for 3 rooms...
What is
how
24
much-
silver in gold?
2 gold and 4 silver.
Artemis is gonna pull out 2 gold and 4 silver.
All right. He'll
well,
gently
thank
take
you.
it. He's like a little finger trick where he kind of like tosses the silver coins between his fingers for a second before grabbing it in his palm, and then turning it over and having 3 keys in his hand, which it looks like a nice little trick, but for those who were not watching his fingers moving the coins, he had slipped the 3 keys from under the table with his other hand into his hand when the people were watching his fingers. And so it's a fancier trick than it looks like.
Mhm.
But it's still a nice little trick. Neat little hand trick. As he gives you...
Artemis
Fidget
looks
will-
entertained.
Yes.
Fidget will turn to Artemis with a genuine smile on her face and just nod and say thank you.
Artemis will nod and smile a little bit back. Just... I might have questions on the boat.
Ask away and I'll help where I can.
Then they'll come up on the boat. I'm not really sure what they are right now.
Oh, no. What we need to do is... I think we're after the tower, we need to rest. So, she'll take... Is it obvious which key has the single... for the single person, or is it really doesn't matter which key?
Yes, does actually have an indicator on it. It has the part where you put it into the lock, but the part that sticks out that you have resting in your palm, one of it has a single bar through it with a room number on it. The other ones have 2 bars on it with their room numbers on it. One to indicate
Okay,
one bed,
Fidget
one to
will
indicate 2.
Fidget will take the single one and kind of look at the others. I'll meet you guys down here for breakfast. I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted.
Of course.
Me too.
Go get some sleep. I'm going to
Yeah, and
eat
Fidget will go
a
up
little.
to her room.
Do you want any? All right.
She'll turn around when Velinor starts talking.
Do you want any food brought up to you?
Yes, please.
Got it.
I just need to lay down.
Yeah, no worries. And as you're leaving, you just hear Valinor lean over and go, How much is it for a meal?
Oh, he's so sweet.
Artemis will look over at him and he's like, why don't I pay for that?
I have it kind of reaches into his pocket, pulls out like some loose change he's been picking up. I have a little bit. You can see Koyev behind, just kind of had this hand over his heart, like, oh, what a sweet lad, but he doesn't understand yet.
He's trying, and it's so sweet.
Can I just like slip a gold coin in his pocket?
Sure, make a sleight of hand check if you're trying to be subtle about it. If you're trying to just be like, here, then, no sleight of hand needed.
Yeah, I don't think he'll accept it outright.
Okay, go ahead.
That's 25.
He doesn't seem to
Go
notice.
Artemis!
He's like,
He just adds his little coin.
I have a few, and he kind of reaches in, he pulls out the gold coin, and his eyes positively light up like, ooh! Maybe you'll actually get some, did you want anything as well?
Oh, no, I'm fine. I might get some later, but I'm a midnight snacker.
Okay.
Artemis will nod.
I get you. He'll turn around again and be like, how much is, just a small meal? Just like a modest little... And Koyev just kind of, again, gives this hearty little chuckle and starts to talk to him and figure out what exactly he wants.
What
Yes.
would... Okay, so... Is there a, an area to... I'm trying to find the right words. So you said that this was near the docks, right? Or like down? Okay. So is it one of those port side inns type things where you could theoretically walk out and then you're basically overlooking the ocean?
Yep. Correct.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
It's not picking me up for a moment there for some reason. Yeah.
Okay, so if that's the case, Aurelius, I'm gonna roll a stealth check and just have Aurelius sneak out of the room and just like spend some time overlooking the ocean and just wind and face, hood down, that whole thing, because like this is the first time he's seen this, and he just kind of wants to spend some time looking at it and the moon overhead reflecting in the ocean.
The moons. 3 of them.
Yeah, well, at least one of them.
Yes, at least one of them.
Yeah. So stealth time.
Sure, go ahead.
This is
roll
also
stealth.
this is also an excuse for me to have him actively practice stealth. Does not go as well as he plans.
Not as well as he plans, but
Hey.
it's an attempt is made. He's still learning. He's doing the not the kid thing, but like that young adult thing where you step through and you're trying to move through and you hear that of each floorboard and you're like, this is harder than it looks. But you do eventually get outside. Koyev just he notices you, gives you a little wave. He doesn't stop. He just turns back to Velinor, who's like starts to kind of look at you, and Koyev just kind of goes, what about the cheese? And you just hear Velinor, you have cheese?
Yeah.
Protect them at all costs.
If there's sailors out there, Aurelia's probably gonna talk to them, have a few beers with the boys, and then eventually, whenever he's ready, he'll go to sleep. Just
Okay.
assume that I'll be doing some stuff in the background.
Yeah, I will say if you're going to have a few drinks with the boys, just mark off. I'd say few drinks. We'll say 3, Sound good?
Sure.
We'll just say if you have 3, just mark off 1 silver.
Damn, a whole silver.
A whole silver.
I'm never gonna recover financially from this.
I mean, hey, you guys haven't been earning a huge amount of money, but you guys have still been making progress. I'd say that I've been doing good about giving out money.
Yeah.
Yay.
Joking aside, I'll just be in the background doing things.
No worries, man.
Like cleaning up. Whenever Aurelius is needed again, I'll come back, because
Of course.
I won't be too far away.
No worries. Is there anything else anyone wanted to do during the evening before we move to the next day?
I would like to say, just for the record, that Artemis probably nudged Serenity and moved back to the room so they could go cuddle.
Right.
Yes, it's important to remember.
Very important. Yes.
All Fidget would be doing is she would do her normal night routine of talking a bit with Maxim
Mhm.
and starting to talk more with the locket.
Okay. I will do that. Things in order then. Just this is just a small little snippet. Nothing hyper major important. More of a little tiny little bit of funny. Just a little bit of haha, funny joke. As Serenity pulls you close, Artie, you kind of just have that little bit of just snuggling in. You hear just a slight yawn in your head, and then you go hear this faint, "Aw, she's so cuddly. I bet she's a great snuggler." As Darren seems to take this moment to wake up and be like, "Oh, I'm noticing things now."
Yeah, Artemis is gonna freeze a little bit before relaxing again, just kind of, like, poke the clock he's in, just like, shh.
Stop that. I can't feel it, but I know what you're doing. I also know what you want to do. I can see it in
Shut up.
your eyes when you look in her way. As he starts just singing this
Stop
little tune.
I think it's the clock of SWAT. Just turning pink.
I'll get you for that later. When you least
you-
expect it. And you feel like this, like him waving his hands all ominously as he seems to slink back a little, giving you time to actually relax and rest.
And she'll relax back and just Serenity, cuddle in.
Meanwhile, what sort of stuff do you speak to the locket about? I imagine it's nothing of major importance, but
Just asking why he was so supportive during the fight in the tower. Because he had only one thing to say to her, and it was encouraging her to fight. That's about it.
There's a little bit of a pause as the question is asked, and then it feels like he kind of leans forward. There's no physical manifestation to move or anything like that, but you feel it when you talk to him, like gestures and articulations of something resting close by. Because it's interesting.
Okay.
Because
Interesting.
Yeah. I've known a lot of humanoids and the like. I don't like most of them. If you can't tell from some of the few I've met, most of them tend to be boring. Most of them tend to be a bit cowardish. But you?
Oh.
That was fun. I enjoyed that. This might be weird to say, but I kind of think you got some spunk to you. A little bit of fire.
It's who I've always been.
It's fascinating how different humans are. How the difference between each of the different people are. You're a little different.
Well, Well, I mean, with who you were with for so long before me, I'm
I-
sure there's a very obvious difference.
Oh, a very obvious difference. And while some of your friends might dislike me saying this, I enjoy you. You're fun. Not stupid, not reckless, but you are fun.
Years of training.
Paying off.
But, this may sound weird and I don't know how else to put it. Thank you for the support.
All the time. I'm rooting for you.
That's new. And that'll be where we
And-
can end that conversation.
Yep. And then
Again, there's nothing special that she says to Maxim.
of course,
Just their usual.
eventually Valinor comes up, and he has like 2 plates that are like a little bit bigger than the size of his hands, and he's like precariously balancing some of the foods on it, which it looks like he got a little extra on them as he struggles with the door for a little bit before he finally seems to like get it open, and he's like hopping using his knee to try and open it before he slides in. He's like, he gave me extra. They have bacon.
Valinor, you could have knocked. I would have gotten the door for you.
With what? He holds up his hands,
Elbow.
2 plates, and you say that, he's like, looks at his elbow, leans back and kind of goes, thump, thump, damn it! Kind of sits down, and he's like, can you close the door?
Yeah, she'll stand up, go close the door, and join him with the food. Thank you, Valinor, really.
Of course. You and,
And
I've noticed you and, Artemis have, slightly different eating habits.
so you picked up that I'm still remembering to eat from day to day?
Why do you think I make sure that there's a little extra pocket bacon for you to munch on from time to time?
You and I are gonna get along just fine. Just fine.
I also have to remember some extra pocket bacon for Artemis. She eats like she's not going to have another meal, and it's really nice to think that she enjoys my cooking that much. However, both of you are precious and need to be protected at all costs.
She'll kind of look Valinor over a bit and kind of go, you and I need to work on being a little less conspicuous. I know with your size it's a little difficult, but
I'm doing the thing.
you were
again.
clocked. You were clocked across the crowd when I was talking to the guy earlier today.
That obvious? I'm not a stealthy person. I trip over my own feet walking up the stairs.
You were trying to make sure you kept an eye on me just in case something happened, and I very much appreciate that.
Look, if he was going to throw hands with you, I wanted to make sure that I could get over and pull you out of it, okay? You might be used to being able to just kind of go in and do stuff like that. I'm not. I'm really not.
You do realize that where we're going in Wave Break, people like him, people like me, are gonna be everywhere.
And if any of them lay hands on you, I will bring the might of the forest upon them. Simple as that. Crosses his arms like, yes, it has been decided.
Oh, it's going to be interesting if you guys join me at the meeting. I've stopped saying you guys don't have to go. So if you want to go and keep an eye on me, you're allowed to go and keep an eye on me.
Ooh! Oh, wait. Is that a bad thing?
I will not be able to stop them from doing anything to you in return.
Okay, but what if I come as a mouse? They'll never see it coming. Oh, wait, hold on. Will they see it coming?
I don't know if I don't know of any druids in the collective, honestly. There probably are some. There's some everywhere. But in my little area, they ain't no druids.
None that I'm aware of.
So,
But then again, I didn't know you were, so he has this
Do
sudden
you
look of
even know
panic,
what the
just,
col-
are there?
do you even know what the collective is, or are you just letting me talk?
I've been listening to you, and I've been paying attention. They're an organization of people who are gathered together in a unified mindset of many manners of criminal undertakings that I don't know all the details of because you haven't mentioned all that much on that. But you've kind of made the criminal part pretty obvious.
I mean, it was a living. I'm trying to get out of it. They found me and they're bringing me into a meeting. That's all I know.
I mean, one creature stealing from another is part of nature. It happens. I can't exactly fault you for that. The meeting bit, I might be able to fault them for that. However, I don't know yet because I don't know all the details.
See, you're not supposed to leave the collective
Mm-hmm.
once you're part of it, because you have a lot of information that's not supposed to get out. They usually take care of you. They kind of take care of you in a week or so. It's been 2 years.
Like they find you housing? Like a retirement home?
No, they erase your existence. Family and friends will not even know you existed by the time they are done.
I don't have a huge... Actually, no, I have a sizable family. I've got my mom, my dad's other wife, his other wife, his husband. Their kids are 1, 2, 3. I've got a couple cousins. I have an extensive family. I don't know if they could erase me from all of their memory. And that, you know,
That
that's
was part of my... Villano, that was part of my job. We were called blackouts. We'd made that part of your memory blacked out.
But you make such a good impression. You should be called, like, the Illuminator. He, like,
You
looks at
haven't
you, and
seen
you can
me
see
doing,
there's a slight bit of teasing, joking to that as he kind of wiggles his eyebrows.
She'll actually kind of laugh before looking at him, and her head tilts to the side a bit. Something about you's familiar, and I can't place my finger on it.
Well, it might be the ruggish good looks. My father is pretty well known. Then again, he's more known closer to Silver Crossing than down here near Danziel, so, I mean...
I'm from Corvin, and this is the farthest I've really gone.
Yeah.
So, but there's some... Your sense of humor is what it is.
I am funny.
Something about that.
Hopefully it
And she'll
sticks
stop
out.
for a moment and frown just a little bit
Everything okay?
and kind of go, I wish I remembered the name.
I'm sure it'll come back to you. Pats you on the shoulder gently. Now remember to eat. There's cheese and grits and bacon, and they have extra eggs, and this big slice is ham.
Valinor, when's the last time you ate?
Looks down, puts a piece of food in his mouth, chews it really quick. Right now!
Is one plate bigger than the other?
Yes. Yours.
My plate's the bigger one?
Yes. He has
She'll
noted that you
kind of
haven't eaten much.
What she's gonna do is keep eye contact with him and switch hers for the smaller plate and tap him on the shoulder.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Oh, she's making it very obvious.
Oh. Okay. He looks down, looks at her, and is like squints slowly, like,
Go get some rest, Valinor. We got quite a day ahead of us.
I'm gonna eat. Moves up and he sits on his bed and he finishes a good chunk of his plate before wrapping the rest of it in like a cheesecloth sort of thing to help contain it.
Mm-hmm.
And he lays down. Good night, Fidget.
Night, Velinor.
Slowly slips off to some sleep. Aurelius would learn from the sailors as he's kind of just chatting. He'd learned a few of the some of the bits of terminology. I imagine he would ask questions like, "What does starboard mean?" When we were looking off the starboard side. What? The right side of the boat. Oh, okay. I was looking off the port side. Which side? The left side. Oh, yeah. We were talking to the bosun. The who? The bosun. The bosun is the he makes sure to let the captain know about what maintenance is needed on the boat. Oh, okay. How much he retains, I'll leave to you. So you're told about the bosun, left and right, and obviously the first mate. You're told that there are other members.
So
of
just
yeah,
basic naval terminology.
some of the basic.
And I like the thought that there's one guy who's the really superstitious type, and he's like, never put your right foot first, always your left foot.
He says,
okay.
If you allow a druid on a ship, make sure you remind them, no cats, unless you are looking to check the weather. Cats are good luck when checking for the weather, but not when just on a ship lounging about like a lackadaisy. And don't bring daisies aboard the ship. They won't last. They will die.
And then you will die.
It's how nature works. You kill the daisies will come back and kill you. It's how the circle of life works.
Okay, Grandpa, it's time for bed now.
It's not time for bed.
No, I gotta warn him.
No, I need my 5th cup of ale, and I'm still on my 1st.
Okay, Grandpa,
Grandpa, you brought your own mug, and it's the size of your head. Why do you think I said my 5th? He takes a bit, and he has to eventually be ushered out on his 3rd drink, where he is clearly sloshed. And some of his words are just like, now when I tell you about the boys with the dogs, and dogs are gotta have the head point to the south, and the south needs to be pointing to the west, and if it's pointing to the west, you gotta go east.
I assume at a certain point, everything that this guy says, Aurelius just takes with the largest grain of sea salt that he possibly can.
Basically, yeah.
But it's so funny that he and the other sailors just keep listening to his shit.
You're just listening to it and just kind of entertaining him. But it's also
just poking the bear.
Okay, Grandpa.
And what if we're sailing north? Oh, don't sail north. There's dragons north.
No. Shut the fuck up. If you're going north, then you gotta remember that there's land to the north. If you're going to the north, if you hit the land, you went too far.
Okay, Grandpa, I'm gonna sleep now.
A wise choice.
One of the sailors.
Several of the sailors say.
Okay. I love this group so much. Okay. I'm gonna...
Fucking great.
Alright. I guess next morning then?
Next morning, you find that when you come down, Koyev waves to you and has some breakfast made. And as he's placed it in front of you, kind of leans in and just says, your big friend paid for breakfast too. Thank him when it comes down. Don't tell him I said nothing.
Oh, trust me, I will.
Gives you a little wink, brushes his hands on his apron, and kind of just waddles back around to go make more food for people. There's a couple sailors who come in. They're just bleary-eyed and hungover, like, Koyev! I need the special. And he's like, do you want that with or without the tap? And you see one of them go, no tap. And you see another go, hit me. Koyev nods, walks around the table, and just kind of backhands the guy. As the guy kind of stumbles back, he's just like, I'm still standing. And then he just
Aurelius
flops
smiles
back
and he
onto his
goes,
back.
my turn.
Oh, no, you're going to hit him too.
Yeah.
Koyev goes,
Like-
wait, hold on. Do you want to tap? And the next guy goes, kind of looks at Aurelius, looks you up and down. Yeah! Hit me! Your strength is 18, right?
My strength is 20.
Your strength is 20.
I'm the one with 18.
Got it. So you just kind of haul back. Do you backhand him or you full palm him?
I make it look like I'm going to do like a traditional slap,
Right.
like right hand going across.
Right.
But this is a trick that Aurelius used to do all the time.
Oh no.
He pulls his hand away at the last second, goes to the other side of the guy's face, brings the hand down, and then backhands them.
So so you're swinging with the one hand. Don't go all the way. Pull back and then backhand him with the same hand.
So what I do is you go for the slap with the open palm,
Right.
and at the cheek you lift your hand up so it's vertical. Go past the rest of the face until it's like just beyond the person's ear.
Mm-hmm.
Pull your hand down and then hit him
For the other side.
the other side
with a backhand.
with your knuckle, basically.
Right. So you do
And
that.
he-
Make a sleight of hand check. This is more so just to see if he catches on to tense up before he realizes.
Yeah.
You swing it, and he tenses up, and when he doesn't feel the slap, he opens his eyes right as you're doing the backhand, and so he's not tense, he's not prepared. You just clock him across the face. He does a full 360, spins on his heel, kind of stumbles back for a second, like, wait a minute, and just on his face, wham! And Koyev just looks down at him, pokes him in the back of the head. The guy goes, I'm okay. Owie. That was great.
Down a bit.
He holds up a thumb, just like, I'm awake now, but my head hurts. I need a double.
Aurelius just kind of looks over to the innkeeper and he goes, I'll pay for whatever he needs.
It'll be just silver piece. It's a wake up
Okay.
special.
He hands it over.
He
And,
hands over. And another person kind of goes,
you
are you
want-
paying for mine as well, lady?
And he
Lady.
He
Yes.
points to Serenity, who's saying, can I go next?
Oh.
You'll pay for it? Okay. He kind of like tries to tense up his core, slaps his face a little. All right, hit me.
as this is
Hold on.
happening, Aurelius is gonna grab some breakfast and take it with him outside and just look at the sun rising over the. Wait, would the sun be rising
Yeah.
over the
Yeah.
sea? Oh, okay,
Yeah, because
cool.
it rises from the east, sets in the west.
Yeah.
Still follows that pattern.
So
What am
Okay,
I rolling for this?
You're not rolling for it. You have a max strength, right?
19.
19?
So close.
Very close, but that is enough. Do you just smack him full open hand?
Just having a really do because part of me is like,
He did a thing
Hang
where
on, I'm
he
slurring.
moved he moved his hand to hit him, moved it over his head, and then came around with a backhand and just caught the guy off guard. You can either do that, or you can just full on do like just one of those slap offs where the two people slap the shit out of each other.
oh,
Yeah, basically you can just do the whole. I'm just gonna just hit you square in the face.
yeah, screw it, let's do that.
All right, so hold on. I'm gonna roll for him. The other guy was not tensed up for. He rolled a 5 on the die for his con save. So you like set him up, and he's just he tries to prep himself, and then he exhales right as you swing, and you see his eyes widen ever so slightly in the I fucked up, whack, and he doesn't spin, he just gets hit, does the Like you hear that dong, and he just falls over, just whoosh. He's just like, one of his friends leans down. He's like, I think he's dead. I'm not dead. He's like, oh, he's not dead. 1 silver for him. And he kind of reaches down, picks the guy up. He's like, I'm okay. He gets picked up, starts falling forward. The guy grabs him by the back, like, I think you need to sit down. I'm okay. He has to be kind of carried away. And the other sailors are kind of like, yeah, that was great. Don't hit me. We're good. We just need the wake up special.
I'm assuming it's a long rest.
You have taken a long rest at this point, yes.
Okay.
How big of a plate is the wake up special?
The wake up no. The wake up special for waking up from a hangover is what these guys are asking for.
Oh, okay. Artemis just wants a big plate of food.
Yeah, Velinor purchased your guys' breakfast the night before, and it is a big plate of food.
Can I slip a bit of gold into Velinor's pocket when I see him? Just fuck this.
Do you want to do it subtly, or do you want to just be like, here?
Subtly.
Roll a sleight of hand.
Let's see how bad this is.
I want to
Well, that's to GM. That's 12.
Yes. With a 12, you try and slip it in. He kind of catches it. He kind of gently takes your hand and puts it back in your lap, just like, it's for you. You've earned it. Don't worry. I'll be fine.
Did you at least pay for yourself too?
He sits down, pauses, stares across the table, gets this far distant look, and says, and Koyev puts a plate down in front of him. Yes? Looks down at the food, like, he looking at it like, wait, did I pay for myself? I don't remember paying for myself, did I? And looks to Koyev, who just gives him wipes off his hands, gives him a little nod, and just kind of walks away.
I have a question. How long and or short is Velinor's hair?
It's like to his neck. It's been growing out a little bit. He clearly looks like he puts into braids, like stylized and whatnot.
Does he have any loose hair?
A little bit, yeah.
Valinor. Can I braid your hair? I need something to do with my hands.
You should eat.
He picks up his plate, turns around, sits down next to you with his plate in his lap, and he just kind of like undoes a few bits of his hair and kind of lets it like it's longer when it's undone, clearly. It kind of offers you the little bits of braiding and whatnot. He's like, curious how I'll look. He looks up to Artemis, just like, sorry. Starts eating his food.
It's fine. Artemis will just start eating really quickly off of the plate that she has and have a journal out.
You know,
analyzing all the stuff that she took notes on the other night.
Right. You also would note from your, because I know you've been also looking into the other journal, the cipher journal. Were you transcribing any of that into another book, or?
Yeah, she had a different notebook for the transcription.
Wonderful. Could you do me a favor? Roll me an intelligence save.
Why are you like this?
Oh my.
Because I'm
27.
Oh, Jesus.
You are very clever, and you are very smart. And it shows with the fact that as you are transcribing some of it, you realize that there are some bits where you have to be a little bit careful, because some of the wording as it is put down and written, when you decipher it, it has to kind of go through like a few mental filters, and as it does so, there are images and imagery that almost seems to be intended to form in one's mind a kind of snare. You're aware that the more you transcribe this, the more you will attempt to struggle against it, but you have safely transcribed a bit of it. Enough that you can look through back and forth between those pages, at least the first part of it, and the actual book to make sure that it is correct without any difficulty currently.
Okay.
You are aware that there is a danger, but you can ignore that danger and continue on as you wish. Most because I know that people will tend to keep doing that. Yeah.
Artemis, mental note of that. not say any of that out loud and
Obviously.
continue with her transcription and just like looking over her notes from the
Right before.
collective dude.
Yeah. All right. So you watch the other three go outside, and Valinor just kind of glances up at you after a bit. Anything of note? Oh, you're making the braid still? Oh, in which case he'll still ask that question.
No, look. No, look at what I did, and you'll see that she only needed like 2 minutes.
Okay, I'm making sure. You finished the braid.
Yeah, bro, she couldn't get it into his pocket. She's just like, fuck it, I'll do it another way. Here
You put it into his hair. Make a sleight of hand check at advantage.
So much.
Roll it at advantage.
Oh, I love you so much.
I knew what you were doing. I just was waiting for you to say it. He seems to notice that there's something off, but he doesn't say anything immediately. Do you go outside? Being clear about that.
Yes.
When you go outside, he
He's
reaches up.
following after me.
Yeah. when you go outside, he reaches into his brain, he pulls out the gold, and he looks to Artie with this look that's just like, I can't with these people. Shrugs, and he kind of just puts it in his pocket. How many gold did you give him?
She only gave him one. If she knew if she tried with more coins, that would just be so much more painfully obvious.
Yeah, he takes the coin, and he just looks to Artie with this look of just like, this group, am I right?
Yeah. It's better than it was.
So whenever I guess Fidget comes out first, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see Aurelius is actually training a sailor's apprentice, basically a son, in swordplay.
They look so confused. And they're also like, yeah, okay.
Like it's like he's basically trying to teach him that defending your person is more important than like relentlessly attacking them, because all it takes is one strike really to disarm a person or neutralize them.
Well, when you see Fidget, she does not have her cloak, her scarf, or any of her weapons on her as she approaches you.
Ooh.
Okay, so and I'll make a point that Aurelius is using his long sword to teach this person.
Okay.
Instead of his great sword, because obviously, they're a sailor. Yeah. And they're like 16, 17, and they're learning how to use a sword. So
he's a little confused, but he's got the spirit.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead. You first.
I'm gonna swing at you from the right, and I want you to deflect my strike. I'll do it slowly so that you can see it coming, and then we'll slowly increase the speed until you're comfortable with it.
Mm-hmm. He kind of has this wide-eyed look of, oh no, it's gonna get fast.
Fidget stands nearby with her arms crossed going, huh? Doesn't this seem familiar?
He looks
Aurelius
away as you're
just
swinging. He gets hit.
Aurelius will use this opportunity. Like when he stops the sword, he stops the sword just before he hits him, and he says, "Dead. Don't get distracted in a fight."
Leave the poor boy alone, Aurelius. You and I, there's something you need to work on.
Even masters need training, he says to the boy.
You don't need a weapon for this.
Okay. I'll give my arms to Valinor. Not my arm, but you know what I'm saying. He goes inside.
He flees.
He's not fleeing. He's like removing his weapons and keeping them near someone he knows is going to look after his weapons, basically.
So a tactical retreat.
No.
Sorry.
He's giving his sword to Valinor.
The only thing that he's having on his person is his dagger, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then he comes back out.
Fidget still has her whip and her axe, but she doesn't have her main weapons or cloak on her.
So I'll just remove these from being wielded. So he has his dagger and his studded leather, and he comes out and he's like, "All right, what are we doing?"
You need to
Question.
learn to move. Oh, what? What's up?
I didn't know if as Aurelius was coming in, I was leaving or not, since you did leave
yeah.
early.
Yeah, I'll say that you leave as he's about to walk out. So, Three, you can start with that.
She basically walks past Aurelius, looks back, looks at Fidget, and is like looking between the two, very confused.
If you'd like to go for a free run with us, Serenity, you're more than welcome to.
Free run.
He
It's
needs
like-
to learn to move. He acts like he's still wearing his heavy armor.
I mean, technically, if we get the proper funds, wouldn't we be putting him back in heavy armor?
But we have to get the proper funds, and until then, he can't even sneak out of an inn without everybody noticing.
You can hear the little snort from Serenity as she tries to, like, just withhold the noise.
With my passive insight of 15, would I pick up on that?
Yes.
Yes.
We know Serenity well enough to know she's trying so hard.
She try.
Aurelius, as he walks past, says, "I never said I was perfect."
Aww. So, Fidget will kind of go. There's different, like, quote-unquote obstacles around a dock. And she's kind of going, you need to get from here to all the way down to about 5 docks away and back, and do not go by in a straight path. Meaning, do not take the road.
All right.
So,
Effectively, you're
you can
doing
do that?
parkour.
Yeah, I am teaching him to be more agile on his feet.
All right.
so basically, this is increasing his dexterity.
He's
Okay.
training to help with your decks.
All right.
So I
And
will,
Fidget will just take off at a run and start showing what she means.
Aurelius will follow behind, and I will, for the sake of showmanship and
Mhm.
storytelling,
Yeah.
I want to roll my acrobatics with disadvantage.
I'll allow it.
Alright.
I'll allow you to use athletics, Paris, if you're trying to be a lot more, again, more aggressive parkour. Rather than
See, I'm
fancy.
better with athletics than acrobatics, but
Yeah.
See, if I were to do athletics, it'd be cheating.
Yeah. You're trying to do the more fancy dexterity
I can-
stuff.
I'll still roll with my my acrobatics. I'm just saying I'm better with athletics.
Yeah, sure. Everyone roll. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm not
So
cheating. I am using my assets. Thank you.
Perfect.
yeah,
So-
you might be using your assets. I would be cheating with my +8 to athletics.
Right.
You were
So-
saying?
Paris and I are gone.
So, no, it's not that you're gone. This isn't a matter of speed. It's a matter of manipulating your movement.
Mm-hmm.
Aurelius, I'm allowed to be as funny or as painful as I want, right?
So,
I'm-
with this in mind,
Mm-hmm.
when Aurelius is used to basically vaulting over things, and
Yep.
anything beyond that,
Mm-hmm.
it's not really in training, because it's just basically you're on the ground fighting, and it's just a means to move. It's not a dexterous thing that he's trained in. It's not
Oh, yeah.
going up using the environment, using I'm basically overselling the fact that while Aurelius has some basic like skills,
Yeah.
it's by no means free running or parkour.
No, yeah. That's why I'm asking for permission.
Can he be funny and or painful about your results?
Do as you wish.
All right. So you are running down the dock, all three of you. It's early enough that there's people who are moving around a little bit, but they're quickly realizing they're getting out of the way. Excuse me. As
Bless you.
That was something in my throat. As you are moving and doing things, it's again free running. You're moving about with a lot of grace, or at least as much as you can, with some of your skills. And Aurelius, you are starting to kind of you're watching and you're trying to mimic some of the actions of Fidget as you're kind of moving around to kind of make sure that you can practice them. At one point, though, let's say about Dock 4, you see them do like a maneuver where they kind of like grab the edges of a box, flip over it, grab the other edge, and keep flipping effectively. And you're like, oh, okay, I can do that. You kind of do that, grab the other edge, and as you're pushing yourself, you realize, in this case, your strength kind of took over a little bit, and you pushed off a little too hard with your hand that was pushing the first grip. And as you do so, the other hand is still on the box, but the rest of your body has gone off the dock. You kind of look down and you just see the water and you're just like, ah, as you just, both of you are just sploosh as Aurelius hits the water.
Serenity, without hesitation, is going into the water.
Fidget will stop and turn back around and kind of do the jog over because she knows that Serenity will get to Aurelius first.
Right. Can Aurelius swim?
I'd assume it'd be a part of his training.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But it wouldn't be a thing that he does frequently type thing. But keep in mind, he has metal arm and leg.
Being fair, it was made by Artie, who did use other materials, including things like cork and the like, to try and help it make slightly more lightweight. Slightly. Granted, Serenity jumped in to ensure that you got up to the surface, because this is your first time swimming with the metal, so there was a slight...
roboting for anyone else? Okay.
Hey, you're roboting like... You're roboting like super hard, Comp.
Hold on. Is this better?
Yes.
Oh my god, yes.
I don't know what happened. It just suddenly decided to say, robot. I don't know.
Praise whatever ocean god is keeping Aurelius afloat.
Yes, that would be actually.
Say, well, that would be Serenity at the moment, but
that's not a god.
That's an angel.
Aww. They're so sweet.
Damn you, Smooth!
That was immediate too. Pelagos, the wave rider, would be the god of the ocean. I will put that in chat in case anyone wants
Pegasus.
Shut the fuck up! I'm saying the exact same thing!
that. Be nice to Pelagos. He's one of my faves. He did nothing wrong.
Like faves or faves?
No, the first
You know, I started this as a joke, but does Aurelius actually feel their presence at all while he's just sitting there?
You're not sure. Right now, you're currently spitting out seawater, as part of you is like, oh, I can, it's just little water. Oh, wait, I thought needed. Because you used to, like, lake water.
He's only swam in fresh water.
Yeah, this is a sudden...
Yeah, have fun with that salty taste.
A sudden new taste, yes.
As someone who has actually accidentally almost drowned in the ocean, that is the worst taste you will ever have in your fucking mouth. I would have rather licked the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll tell you a story about my almost drowning, but that's for later.
Yeah, later.
What the fuck?
Story of my childhood. But anyway.
Serenity is able to help you back to the surface and pull you out of the water as I imagine Artie reaches a hand in to help pull Aurelius out and then help
I didn't realize I was outside.
You're not outside, sorry.
Yeah, no, Fidget helps them both out of the water.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Artie is eating and reading.
Artie is eating and looking at her notebooks and dry.
Yes.
So all you hear is the cracking of wood underneath his hand, and then shit.
Does he fall back in?
No, that's
No, that's what we
was...
heard at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then there's just a crowd, I assume, going around like, oh, is he okay?
Yeah, you got a few people like, hey, you okay, mate? Oh, yeah, I think he's fine. He's only got a bit of water behind the ears.
Yeah, Fidget's helping them
he
both
looks to be a bit.
dock.
He looks to be a bit waterlogged. Raucous laughter from some of the others as one of them reaches over and pats you on the back. You're gonna be good there, son.
This is not the worst thing that's happened to me.
Yeah, well, I've seen people go through worse. Just be careful out there. If y'all alright? You alright there, miss?
Look at that.
She's
Serenity.
just like moving the bangs out of her fucking face. I'll be fine.
Good to hear.
Aurelius is just ignoring his own hair that's in front of his eyes. And he's just looking at everyone, and I should roll to see if he's actually embarrassed by this or not.
Just choose. Just choose. You're fine.
Well, I can't decide. I'm lazy.
All right, be lazy then.
I'm lazy. I love this.
This would be a wisdom.
Wisdom check.
Dane, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah, like there's this slight undertone of everyone saw that. Okay.
Everyone saw that.
It's fine.
No one-
Focus on your girlfriend, not girlfriend.
No one disliked that.
Yeah, Fidget kind of has her arms crossed, looking up at Aurelius, kind of going, "First thing for you to remember, to be quick and to be silent. Stay on your toes."
I will actually say that Aurelius has... This is actually something I saw either on YouTube or TikTok, so don't quote me on this. But for the sake of this, it kind of sounds like a funny little thing that you could tell him. Aurelius didn't learn to run. He learned to charge and how to stand his ground. And so a lot of his motions, he's hitting with his heel first. And
Very militaristic.
It's very poor militaristic. Because for running, you want to kind of hit your toes first.
Yeah.
Kind of want to hit that
Free
first.
running.
Yeah.
With free running, especially, you want to launch off the balls of your
feet.
Yeah. So he's doing the whole military charge run.
Yeah, which for free running, it don't work. Not as well.
Fidget will kind of look behind her, kind of going, "We'll take the actual road back to the inn so you can have a chance, both of you, to dry off. Aurelius, stay on your toes while you run. I bet you'll notice a difference."
You're not gonna like the next thing that I do.
Are you gonna push me into the water?
No. Tempting. No.
You're gonna push Aurelius into the water.
Push him in the
I
water.
just rescued you. I'm not going back.
Push him in the water.
We're gonna make us just sitting here. Do it. Let him drown.
Let him drown.
What is Serenity?
Yeah,
What's
what's
Serenity?
So since she has usual underclothes, she's just taking off the dress because that's fucking heavy as shit.
Yeah,
That is a floor-length dress.
Yeah.
You usually have the sports, a kind of underwear.
Yeah.
She didn't know if Fidget would like her fucking half stripping on the dock. So
You did it to wrestle Maxim.
that was entirely voluntary. This is necessary.
Fidget will understand completely, but she'll lead the way in the jog back, but keeping close to Aurelius to kind of help instead of just an example ahead, but next to him.
Yeah.
To help him stay on his toes.
This whole time, Aurelius is basically wet clothes or whatever for him. So he's just doing as Fidget instructs to the best of his ability, considering he doesn't fully know what he's doing in terms of this particular. Yeah. That's how.
We'll get back to the inn and head inside so Artemis and Velenar can see the two drowned rats next to her.
Hey.
Aurelius is not a drowned.
Thank you.
I am a drowned raccoon.
Fidget will open at the door with this grin on her face, going, "We're back."
Welcome back.
Aurelius extends his wet, soggy leather glove to Velenor. You miss me?
He takes it, gives it a very squeaky, just squish, squish, squish shake of his hand. Looks at you. He's like, "Can I do a thing?"
Artemis is going to put her notebooks away.
Aurelius narrows his eyes. What kind of thing?
A windy thing.
Please do not fart in the
No!
tavern.
That is not what he meant.
No,
Should I go outside for this?
probably.
He's going to try and air is what I'm assuming is about to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, but the only reason I say no is because sudden drying for this is not going to be fun for anyone involved, particularly me. She'll be amused. She gestures with her thumb to fidget, but I will not be.
I was gonna.
I
sit
will
back
also
at
be
the
amused.
I was gonna sit back. I was gonna say maybe a girlfriend, but I'm just gonna sit back at the bar. And
You get very fluffy when you're blow dried.
She like moves her hair away from her eyes again because I'm sure it went back. What? You don't find me gorgeous like this?
I always find you gorgeous, but I think you're very adorable, Fluffy.
You look like an otter, he says as he walks out.
I am a very sexy otter, thank you.
Outside, Velinor will cast a cantrip he has not yet had the opportunity to cast yet, which is the Gust cantrip. And he will try to effectively air blow dry you dry.
Will that push me back anywhere, or like
Personal
do I have
blow
to...
dryer.
He's trying specifically to not push you. If he was trying to give it enough air to do that, then yes, but he's not.
Okay.
Otherwise, it'd be very funny to have you going, oh, sliding away, but you also have a plus 10, which does help.
I was about to say that, like, just because someone intends something does not mean that it necessarily.
Would you like to roll a save just to be funny?
I need an excuse to roll, man. I just
Roll. Go ahead. You like to hear the click clock math rocks. I understand. Go ahead and roll a strength save. Go ahead.
yeah.
So, despite his best efforts and despite you trying to hold your ground, you do find yourself sliding backwards ever so slightly as you hear the wind rushing past you, as you just hear Valinor go, oops, sorry, hold on. He steps forward, blows again, and you just slide back a little, and you're like, sorry. Blows again. Your hair kind of gets a little puffy, a little floofier than it usually does, but with a little bit of patting it down, it gets back down to normal-ish.
And he's smiling the whole time. This is the most fun he's had all day.
He at one point he's like, "Oh, I got it. Hold on, this will help." And he tries to cast Gust. Actually, let me see if I can do this because I think I can do it in this way because there's nothing that says I can't. I don't think.
I'm imagining the funniest animatic in my head.
Away. Yeah, it is just way away. It doesn't say where. At one point, he's like, "Oh, I got it. This will not push you." And we'll just say you're using the 11. He pulls his hands together and kind of pulls it upwards, and you feel the air suddenly like vacuuming you into the sky as you are lifted off the ground for a brief second before gravity takes hold and brings you back down. And you see Valinor with this shocked expression, just, "I am so sorry. I didn't mean to do it."
I'm going to use this opportunity to try to do the roll that Fidget did.
Okay, roll a acrobatics check
With disadvantage again, or?
if you want to.
Oh, well, I accidentally just rolled normally.
Well,
You don't land
Not
too
bad.
off.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's not perfect. It's not, but you don't take any damage. You weren't going to anyway, but you do a roll that you're like, haha, and you just see Valinor go, ooh, that's new.
I'm learning. I'm evolving, Valinor. I'm growing. I'm changing.
please fall back off the dock.
He gently helps you up.
Yeah.
You're doing great, man. Now let's not accidentally push you into the water again. Kind of gently like turns
You're no
you
fun.
away.
He says going inside.
He pauses, just like, "What, do you want me to throw you into the water? I'm sure I could underhand you, but I'm also sure you would fight it."
I want you to try.
It's not just from inside.
We'll do
Fidget
one
will
thing
actually-
real quick. Hold on.
Go ahead,
You're
go ahead.
inside. He's like, he'll give you a look.
Yeah, I
as
was
if
gonna say
like,
Fidget was just gonna go up to get her stuff.
Yeah,
She
you
wasn't
go-
gonna try
yeah.
to stop it.
make an athletics
So whatever
check.
happens,
Yeah, make an
whatever
athletics check,
happens,
yeah.
describe it from inside the tavern.
Of course. Make an athletics check.
Athletics, okay.
Yep.
Okay. Oh.
So
Poor Valinor.
so inside, you guys hear like just the wind for a little bit, and then the wind dies down outside. Then you just hear, come here, come here. And you're just like here just as you just hear Aurelius just apparently having a lot of fun as he's just managing to slip and slide and keep pushing himself away from Valinor, who's trying desperately and failing to grab Aurelius, who is he's just very, he's like, yes, I'm learning, I'm being slippery, you can't catch me, Valinor.
Eventually, I like the thought that eventually Aurelius goes towards the tavern, and as he
Serenity wants
dodges,
to grab you.
as he dodges, Valinor just like flops into the tavern and just tries to continue.
I'll say make another athletics check. Paris, make one to see if you
Okay.
can like grab him and pick him up to be like, this is mine now.
Oof.
So
Oh.
you are hold on, just for the funny of it. Just for the funny
Let's
of
see
it.
what Valinor gets. That's so good.
This is accurate.
This is accurate. This is the three stages of this is a big man, this is a bigger man, this is the big woman who's gonna grab your ass. You can't escape her now, boy. As Valinor is like, he's actually like falling. You just hear Cody go, watch out for the tables. Oh no. As Aurelius doesn't see, turns and Serenity just kind of scoops him up, has him over the shoulder, just kind of walks out as Valinor quickly comes to a stop, like, oh, kind of has his hands in front of him, like tapping his fingers together, like, I was trying to, you are here to, I will back away now. You gotta just, what the fuck? Go away, OneDrive. Fuck off.
I'm getting both of them.
You're getting both of them.
I'm getting both of them.
He rolled really good for that one, too. He rolled better than you, and he still failed.
Valinor's big, but
He's a
you
big
know,
boy. And you
I
just
don't
kinda,
put it past Serenity though.
Yeah, you just
There
kind of
is
picked them
big,
both
and
up.
then there's the tough feet big.
Yeah. You pick them both up and just kind of carry them out.
Literally, yeah. Just literally, you're my friend now. Leave with both of them.
Fidget comes down with her all her weapons on her and her cloak and sits down next to Artemis.
Just imagine you came down, Ronnie Serenity just left the tavern with both dudes just over her shoulders.
The best part, doesn't even question it and just sits down next to Artemis.
Does not
This point,
care.
it's a waste. At this point, it's a waste of energy to question.
Yeah.
Yeah, Artemis ate all of the food on her plate, and now she's got a small plate of bacon that she's nibbling on while she's working. She kind of offers Fidget a piece.
She'll kind of hold up both of her hands going, Valinor made sure I had pocket bacon for the trip. I'm good.
Okay. And she'll just continue nibbling on the bacon. Not gonna press it.
Anything
Are-
interesting in your notebooks?
I need a clarifying question really quick. Is Fidget wet?
No, I never went in the water.
Okay,
Yeah, no.
good. Artemis will bring back out her notebook now that the wet people aren't in there.
Fair enough.
A couple of things. There seem to be a couple of mine traps.
Mine
not-
traps.
Sometimes if you... While I was, transcribing, it tries to make you visualize things. And sometimes images can be powerful and consuming.
She'll frown a bit, but give a nod.
It's nothing
Understand?
that I can't handle. But it is something.
Oh, I don't doubt that
Malicious.
you can. I don't doubt that you can handle it, Adi.
Thanks.
And she will pull out a notebook and push the notebook that Artie had given her over to her to show that all the pages are filled with her trying desperately to learn to write. Just to show, I have been working on it.
Artemis absolutely beams at her. There's just a wide smile that comes across her face. Do you want me to make you another one?
Simple woods, maybe?
Okay, yeah, I can do that. Give me a couple days.
Thank you, Audie.
Of course.
I want to be able to. Well, I was trying to be able to do something with learning to read and write, but the knowledge from Gadai made it so that I don't know if I still need to.
I mean, you don't have to need to do something to do something. And reading and writing is always useful.
Oh, I wasn't saying that that's changed. I still very much want to read and write, but my initial reasoning for fast tracking it has changed.
Ah,
I was trying to save my parents.
oh. Do you...
But last I heard, they're not captives anymore. So I don't think I need to use the reading and writing and Maxim's help to get them out.
Then where are they?
They can't find my mom, but my dad got a job, so he's doing that now. But they can't find my mom. My little brother's safe, so that's good. But see, Gadai knows my parents.
She'll blink a couple of times. Okay,
When they before me, he knew my parents. I wasn't born at the time. But because of that, he knows Corvin a bit, and he was asking around because I've been worried, and I have no way of contacting them myself without flags being raised that Genevieve is making contact again, get her, kind of thing. I don't even think they know that I'm looking for them. And she kind of picks at the bar a bit.
Is there any way we can help?
After the meeting, once we get past the meeting and get that out of the way and I can breathe a little easier, I need to find a way to get in contact with them just to know that they're okay. That they don't think that their daughter just completely abandoned them.
Okay. Alright. We'll do that.
Thank you, Audie.
We'll find them.
Fair warning, she'll kind of lean down just a bit. My dad don't like me. But
not everyone has good taste.
He didn't want me. He wanted a son.
Like I said, not everyone has good taste.
I'm just giving a heads up just in case you do meet him that he might not be. I'm tame compared to my father.
I can set people on fire. I'm okay with that.
Duly noted. If you come with us to the meeting, try not to put the building on fire until at least we're out of there.
I'm not gonna set the building on fire.
I don't know who's at the meeting, so I can't say who to set on fire and who not.
I will not retaliate unless you give me the okay.
You're a good friend, Dottie.
I know what this stuff is like. Like you said, we have a lot in common.
Realizing more so each day.
My mother didn't want a half-breed.
You're right, some people don't have good taste.
Right?
And she kind of has that wrinkle to her nose, like, ugh.
Then again, Danziel doesn't like half-breeds.
There's some mentioning Donziel. It kind of lends something that I wanted to talk to you and just you about.
Oh?
Corvin worked with some people from Donziel.
Ooh.
I don't know. Some apparently some higher up people in Corvin were able to afford to bring some people from Donziel over.
What did they look like?
I never met them.
What'd they do?
I don't know. Maxim's looking into it for me.
I will
Did-
state, because Artie, you are very smart and you just heard something about this. Cormundum is currently ready to go to war over the fact that Donziel sent ships into the Cracked Isles, and one of the only ways for Donziel to do that would be to send ships either into the Cracked Isles or underneath it, which means that at the very least they would have had to go very far south to do that without getting caught.
Yeah, and look where Corvin's located on the map.
Right next to him. Hop and a skip. Just something you would know.
Being so quick.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep you updated, but Maxim said to give him some time. He brought it up after I mentioned what happened in the library to me,
Mm-hmm.
and said that some of the pieces were making more sense.
If Danziel is working with Corvin, that's not good.
That part I do know. I mean, I don't know a lot about Danziel, just the part that you've told, but I trust you and your reaction to this news, and I didn't want to keep that kind of information from you.
I appreciate
That-
that.
So whatever they did might be linked to my, and she kind of does finger quotes, my brainwashing.
Artemis is just kind of look up into Fidget's eyes for a minute, kind of searching. If
All you
you
see is
have
somebody
any other
who's showing you legit fear.
if you have any other triggers that could be pulled, we might need to figure out what those are before we get to your meeting.
All I know is that I heard music and I calmed down. Maybe I have one for music when I get angry. I don't know. You've seen me get angry before and there's been no music playing, so I don't know.
Okay. That was different. That trigger made you complacent.
Then I'm afraid to know the me that happens if I get triggered to go angry.
You become their soldier.
I thought I was stupid enough on the battlefield as it was. Who knows what I've done?
It's not about you getting angry. It's about you falling into line to fight.
In a way, that's worse.
It's much worse.
Because
Because
that's
you
what
feel
I
nothing.
do. I fight. That's what I do.
Yeah.
That's what I'm good at.
You fight, but you feel.
This is true.
You feel so much. But if they
More than
control
I'd
you, then
like.
they're able to. It's not about feeling less, it's about regulation.
I'm working on it. I've been avoiding serenity in that whole thing.
It takes time. And honestly, we're all a bit traumatized, so it takes coping. But, it's better to feel it. And they
We'll
will
figure
take
it
that
out.
from you.
Whatever you need, and whatever information you need to help figure it out so it doesn't happen when they get me in a room full of people and wave break, that'd be wonderful.
Comp, is there anything that Artemis would know about being able to maneuver around it?
Around, just make sure I'm just clarifying down that real quick.
Programming. Because she's probably had to
Oh, yeah.
move around it before with what she's been in and her previous party members.
Of course. You actually do hear a voice of help with this. Darren. Just go, if it's musical, drown out the sound. Make a loud noise. Startle her out of it. Remember, I had to do that one thing where I had to basically scream so loud that people thought I was trying to break the windows? I actually did. Good times. Bad times for the people who were trying to fuck with us.
Artemis will give a little nod, kind of glance down at one of her clocks and rub the face of it fondly with her thumb. When you get into those states and you hear that music, we're going to get very loud to drown it out.
Appreciated, because I can kind of hum the tune that made me what happened last time. I don't know what the other song sounds like.
If it happens again, we'll notice.
Okay.
Or at least, I will notice.
And if you don't notice, I'll notice.
How will you notice? She
I'm
says that
using-
part out loud and looks down at her clock.
I'm looking through your eyes.
Then if I don't
Fidget.
notice, how will you notice?
If you look at the fidget, she is narrowing her eyes at Artemis.
Look, if
Yeah,
if you look at her and I look at her because I'm looking at her through you looking at her, I'll notice.
Artemis will look at Fidget and just kind of... I
Her
don't know
eyes
how to
are almost
explain.
slits.
Why are you looking at me like that? I don't know how to explain this.
You know what? Serenity's got her thing. I have my thing. You have your thing. I'm just waiting for Aurelius to talk to somebody who's not there.
You know, if Aurelius had an imaginary friend, I would believe that.
Fidget actually laughs.
You hear Aurelius screaming at Velinor. Give me back my sword!
No, you tried to stab me!
I am not trying to stab you, I'm trying to teach you.
You tried
Both of you back up again!
Ah!
Fidget will look at Artemis, kind of going, "It's getting to the time we need to get to the boat anyways. Let's go make it so these three don't kill each other."
Oh, we could push them back
And-
in the water.
You know what? I'm okay
Yeah.
with that too. And
But
but she'll
for the
stand up
bar?
and kind of. But yeah, she'll stand up and look at Artemis, kind of going, "Let's get out of here."
All right, and if I find anything to help with the she kind of taps her temple. I'll
Mhm.
tell you.
And if I get any other information about what was done in Corvin with the people from Danziel, I will let you know right away.
One more question about that.
Okay.
Did he tell you what race these people?
Just that at first it was a rumor he didn't want to believe was true. And with me bringing up what happened to me in the library, he needs to look further into it because it's starting to add up in a way he doesn't like. That is all the information I have.
Okay. Because if those were elves, high elves, then it means nothing good.
To be fair, I think in general, Danziel and Corvin working together ain't good.
Yes, but high elves mean it is an official agreement. They don't send their valuable people on missions like that unless it's at least partly agreeably diplomatic. Those are
Understood.
their favorite people.
Understood.
I'll be a second. I'm just doing something.
No worries.
Yeah, Fidget will kind of it's obvious she's making a mental note of that information and kind of, she looks a little stern when she looks up at Artemis, but it's very obvious it's not about her, but about the conversation. We should get out of here and get to Waybreak as soon as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. And Artemis will take a silver out of her pocket and put it on the table as a tip, and then grab her stuff and start out.
Thank you kindly. You're
Fidget
welcome
will
here
follow.
anytime. Cleanest folk I've had in the last 3 months.
Fidget
The food was great.
Yeah, Fidget's turns around to walk backwards and gives a salute of her fingers to her forehead with a smile before hurrying out after Artemis.
She's still nibbling on bacon as she's walking.
Good. Bacon.
Artemis eats so much.
Fidget while
You
walking
gotta
out
exercise that brain.
is Fidget is fussing with the crossbow on her back that she has yet to use as she's walking out.
It'll be okay.
I don't know why I keep this thing. She kind of motions to the crossbow.
Because shooting people is fun.
I did it once. I've had many a reason to shoot it. I haven't pulled it. I've only
Maybe
used
you'll
your
find a reason.
axe and my sword.
Well, I made the axe very cool.
Yeah,
Did
the
you
bolt
look-
of this thing won't go back. Won't come back
Oh.
to me.
Maybe I can do something about that. And she looks at Serenity, who has both of the boys wrangled. Question
You
mark?
got one. She's just like keep away with Aurelius with Villanor as the object.
Fidget will just stride forward to Aurelius, grabbing his human arm and dragging him as she walks. Just like come on.
Perfect.
We gotta get to the ship. We only have a little bit more time.
Alright. A hop and a skip down the docks, you'll eventually see the ship. And on the Twitch, I'm going to, and on the YouTube, so I'm going to now click this so you can see the spearhead. It is not my art. It is totally stolen from concept artwork.
Changing the music. I'm changing the music to fit. There we go.
Or was it? It should be in, I think it was in voice chat, was where, yeah, Aurelius sent the image. Just a little bit above what Serenity put. As you see the spearhead, and you see that it is loading up. It's a little bit before noon. You say maybe about at least a good enough time that you're able to probably get settled in. Obviously, first and foremost, you have to go and find and speak with the captain. You were told outright that they are a Gith, not what type of Gith, but that really doesn't matter so long as you know what you're looking for. And as you're approaching, you see a feminine form, kind of the sharper features with the slightly higher up, scrunched in nose of the Gith people. Hair pulled back into a number of braids with a sailor's tricorn on. They're looking around. They've got these, like, under their eyes, these bar markings that look to be tattooed under their eyes. And as they look around, you actually can see that from like just beside their nose, curved down to the outer parts of their lips and back up again slightly, look to be tattooed these like long tusk-like tattoos that go from their lip up towards their nose, giving them this very
Fidget.
violent sort of appearance. Go ahead, Fidget.
Yeah, I was gonna say Fidget will, noticing her, will finally stop dragging Aurelius and be the one to approach her.
Seeing you approach, she
with her hood up and scarf up.
Yeah. Seeing people approach and kind of, she does a quick head count. You'd guess she had been told the night before, most likely by Maxwell, and they walk down the gangplank and just kind of, or gangway and whatnot, and make their way to stand in front of you as they put their hand on their hips, looks you over slowly. You're the one I'm be chartering up northward.
That would be us, the 5 of us at Cotton McNovice.
Kind of looks around at y'all. Got a few larger folk than I was expecting. I'm not gonna have to charge you more for food, am I?
She'll motion with her head back at Velinor, going, if you need an extra set of hands to make sure there's even food. The big guy's really good to help.
That's not my
I
place
can't cook, but I can certainly pay.
Holds the finger to you. Looks back to Fidget. That's not my place to be saying for either of y'all's being helping. That's Curlis' job. He's the cook.
Say the cook?
He's the cook.
Okay.
You have things that you want to make sure are in inventory, so if someone steals it, we can make sure it gets back to you. Talk to Aku. Kind of points, and on the deck you can see with, you know those like Coke bottle glasses? The ones that like thick glasses? Those are being worn like goggles on a kobold. Who is scribbling down everything, peeking up every now and then like, I get it over there! No, over there! No! No! Walks over and is like yelling at people. He's like 3 feet tall, but there's people who are like 2 times his size, kind of looking like, sorry, Aku, I'm moving over this way.
The amount of anger in his small body is astonishing and respectable.
It's how he keeps people in line. If you're looking to talk to people, making sure you don't get hurt no more, talk to Mub. Points over and there's a goblin who is probably the cleanest goblin you've ever seen. Very closely shaving his face, looking at himself in a mirror real quick, kind of tossing it off to the side. Kind of pauses for a second, looks over and sees you all, gives you once over. Some can, but like whiskers more than full-on facial hair. Hobgoblins grow up better, and bugbears, well, bugbears.
They offer.
Yeah. So he's basically like cutting out the whiskers and whatnot. But he looks over to you and kind of like gives like a wave of the knife.
I will say that this whole time Aurelius has his hood up and his cloak is like over his left shoulder, and he's trying not to draw too much attention while still being with the group.
Good man.
So I guess social stealth, but not really.
You're not proficient in stealth, so roll a charisma check.
Okay.
Yep.
Uh,
If you see anything wrong with the ship, let our bosun know. That'd be Vapor over there. There's just a man who looked like he crawled out of the ocean, just sopping wet-looking hair. But it looks to be like it's sopping wet seaweed-like hair, but it looks to also like have the texture of like dry seaweed, where it's like almost crackly looking, where they have it like over their face like the Grudge, but when they look around, there's just that one eye that just peeks through and just looks at everyone like in creepy horror style. They slowly run their hand across the boat before like leaning up to look at you all, giving a slow wave, and then turning back to slowly look over the ship very meticulously. And then as they're saying
Fidget's
that, you
eyes
hear
are kind of covered.
Yeah.
Fidget's eyes are hidden, but each person who waves,
Mhm.
she gives a nod to.
Then you hear a doosh, 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 as you see another tricorned individual. It needs to be a bit more fixed to their head, as they've got more angular features, as a larger, you would say about 7-ish feet, bigger than Velinor by about maybe a few inches.
You can see the cogs in Serenity's head turning.
As you see a dragonborn come down and stand next to the captain, look you all over.
Is this the people we'll be taking with us, ma'am?
It will be Limith. You got the pay?
It was 200, right?
Aurelius pulls out the coin purse and hands it to Fidget.
It was 40. A person.
Aye.
She's looking Aurelius dead in the eye. It's 40. Not your whole purse.
You said 200, yes?
Total. But we can each pay our way. Right?
You can pay each other back and deal business with that on that. If that is the amount, I can take it. We can move around the process.
She'll put the purse.
Right, and
It's just easier and faster.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes, something like that. Yes. But that is the names of the different people.
I hope you understand. I've forgotten like half of them already.
I understand, but that's why I put their names in here, so that you can look at them and have them maybe go, okay, I see them, and then I'll forget about them when I look away. But now I see them and I remember them, and I look away.
Question.
4?
Both of you, actually,
Okay.
because I don't see their name on here. What is your name? You're looking at the captain.
My name is Paula. Put that back on here for you, because that is on the document at least.
Yeah, Paula,
okay.
and then the one standing next to her is the Dragonborn first mate.
Limith.
Yes.
And 2. She'll point at Limith. Do you fight?
She's a scrappy one. She'll be good on the oars if she's not good for a smack up the head.
He's
grinning.
grinning.
Fidget just kind of grins up at him, just like the shadow down to her nose. She's serious.
I
That's
know.
her question.
Question is whether or not I throw her overboard or we just have a pint after.
He makes his way back up, and you just see Paula shrug. As long as you're taking care of your affairs and you're not causing too much ruckus, shouldn't be a problem. Understand that if you're going to try and have a playful tussle with Limith, it would be best that you make sure that Mob is nearby to make sure that you're not broken.
The grin is widening.
Oh, you'll
I
be
will
fine.
make sure to adhere to your rules, ma'am.
Good. On board with y'all now. Up to.
Fidget will be the
Journeys.
last one to get on after the cart and the mock novice and everybody.
Okay.
Serenity's the first one on. She's looking forward to this now. She hates the fucking water, but she's got a sparring buddy potentially.
Aurelius is doing the thing where he gets onto the ship, and the first thing he's doing is not looking around at the ship, but looking around to see if anyone's watching him or keeping their eye on him or like
Perception check.
anything like that, so that if he's basically just sussing out the joint and the people and
Okay.
the
Perception check and an insight check.
perception and insight. Wow. Where did I put them? There they are. Hello. Oh my fucking god, I hate this game.
With perception check, as you are looking around, you'll note that there's the people on the ship are mostly just kind of doing about their own business and the whatnot. With the insight check, everyone seems to be, again, minding their own business, just taking care of stuff. One person stands out to you for a moment, and you're kind of looking at him like, are you staring at me? Then you kind of realize that they're spacing out as they seem to clock back in. Reason why you kind of were staring at them and they were staring in your direction for a little bit was they seemed to be like idly, they seemed to be like spacing out staring at you while they were like working with a knife. You're like, was this like a threat or something? Then it seems to snap out and like look around as someone's like, hey, you okay, Bardu? Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry, I got my bird. And he holds up that he's been carving this little wooden carved parrot looking thing, puts it on his shoulder. It only has one leg, but just like sits there. He kind of taps it, kind of just does this little like bobbing motion. He's like, I got my bird. Don't worry about it. Everything's
so then
fine.
The next thing he's doing to immediately blend in is to see what he can do to help. So like rope binding, labor intensive shit basically. It's a strong
Gotcha.
man.
Gotcha. You're a little bit distant, by the way. But as you ask that, they're like, if you know how to loop a rope, you can do that. Here. You see one of the guys hands the rope off to you, just like, here, just grabs another rope, kind of shows you real quick how to do it, expecting you to just quickly fall into line. It's not hard to do. It's just intense.
Well, I mean, again, Aurelius was talking to the sailors last night, so this is exactly what he was preparing for.
Yeah, they just basically, like, you say, can I help? And they say, work.
Am I being
Artemis
paid? No.
What's the party?
Artemis is just kind of looking around and blocking people and things and
Mhm.
looking just curious about the ship, to be honest, but she's kind of a little huddled into herself.
Mm-hmm.
But she does reach up to
will-
like adjust her glasses to look as she's looking.
Okay.
Yeah, Fidget will come up next to Artemis as just like a comforting presence of somebody she knows.
Artemis will give her a reassuring smile.
You got this, Adi.
I know, I have so many questions.
For me,
don't know
the
how to word
captain,
them,
the crew- Well, let's narrow it down. Me, the captain, the crew, Serenity, Velinor, Aurelius?
How am I supposed to help?
You're good with your brain. I'm sure we can. They have a place for you. You don't have to do the physical labor. Not everybody's built to do that.
I'm good at climbing. Sometimes.
Again, I'm sure they'll have a way for you to be able to be helpful.
Okay.
When
What's your
they asked
passive?
me last night, when I was told this, that we'd be here, I was asked if you guys would be able to help, and I didn't lie when I said yes.
Artemis will nod.
You were saying something, Paris?
Were you saying something?
Did you say something?
No,
I said something.
I thought I heard your voice.
No.
Okay.
Oh.
no.
As Fidget is saying that, you see one of the people kind of pause and kind of like perk up a little bit, and as they're talking, just kind of make their way over. As it is Vapor, the bosun, kind of walks up and just kind of like is like next to again that kind of that hunched over a bit of grudged look to them, just kind of hovering near, like right behind Fidget, who hasn't yet noticed them. And then when they turn, like you turn around, you see that they're just kind of like there. They're not super tall. They're like maybe like 5'6", but then again they're hunched over and whatnot, and they just kind of like have that one eye peeking through, and they're like, "You said you're good up in the rigging? Could you go check the
Rigging?
nest, madam?"
Oh. I can climb.
Can you check the nest? You know where that is.
Up there.
Turns and points. Up there, yeah. I think our lookout might be asleep. If he's asleep, you're allowed to poke him once. If he doesn't wake up, come back down and tell me. And he has the wide, kind of shark tooth grin. I'll poke him the second time.
That is
Okay.
horrifying.
Thank you kindly.
I just
Fidget
moves
looks
over and sits
at
down.
Serenity. Yeah, but Fidget looks at Serenity kind of going, we should probably find something for us to do too to make ourselves useful. And she looks over at Velinor. You too, big guy.
Oh yeah.
Velinor, can't you cook?
Yeah,
I'm looking.
There's-
I'm looking for the cook. I don't know where he is. I'm gonna go.
Probably below deck.
I was gonna.
she walks over to the bosun going, do you happen to know where the cook can be located? A big guy might be able to help.
Oh yeah, I know him. He's downstairs. He's my cousin. We're a weird family, but it's fine. Don't worry about him. Yeah, he's nice. He's a good guy.
Fidget will turn to Velinor and kind of give him. She's lowered her scarf at this point, and she smiles, kind of going, "You'll be fine, big guy. They're downstairs."
Got it. I will.
You-
Hopefully see you soon.
You can do it. I believe in you.
He will go down the stairs. A little bit later, you see that the captain looks towards near the navigation. There's a an hourglass that is just sand going down. As the last grains go down, they pull out a whistle and they blow on it a few times and see the crew just kind of quickly perk up. Probably Aurelius like still doing the rigging for a few turns before kind of goes, "Oh, something's going on." With Velinor like kind of peeking up, like, "Did I miss something?" As she basically says, "All right, we're heading out. Hoist the sails up." Just giving out all the different commands needed to get the ship in ship-shape order. Artemis, roll me a strength check, because the lookout is asleep.
I must have misspoke.
Hmm?
Because for some reason, I thought this would be a dex thing for her climbing.
Oh no, the strength is for poking.
Oh,
It's to see how hard you poke it, basically.
Yes, to see if he wakes up,
So-
or whether the bosun has to come take care of it.
so it's like a strength saving, or
Just a strength
Oh, never
check.
mind. I see the strength.
Yeah, just
Okay,
click strength check.
strength.
Yep. You
7.
poke him once and he doesn't wake up, just kind of keeps snoring, and you're like, well, I mean, do you go back down or do you give him another poke?
I give him another poke. I'm gonna keep poking until he wakes up.
You're gonna keep poking
Wait,
until he
I
wakes
was
up?
told. Oh wait, I was told only to give him one poke, wasn't I?
Yep, and then the
Yeah.
bosun would go up and wake him up.
She's gonna kind of lean in and stare at him for a minute, and then say, "If you don't wake up, the bosun's gonna come up and wake you up."
Make an intimidation check.
Ooh, ooh,
16.
ooh. Go, Artie.
Yeah.
I'm up. He wakes up like flailing his arms, and I didn't do it. Hands up and looks at you like, looks around slowly, looks at you in the eyes. "I don't know you, but don't tell the bosun I fell asleep again."
He knows.
The
you're awake
scream
now.
of despair.
Yeah, I'm totally aware. Guy starts fumbling around, stands up. I gotta look. I'm gonna keep look out.
Aurelius
this.
is looking up, like preparing to catch the guy who's flailing around.
Thankfully, he's not flailing to the point of falling out of his seat. However, he does at one point kind of
Aurelius doesn't know that.
yeah, obviously not. But he flails around for a little bit, kind of pauses at a point, grabs a cork, pops it into his bottle, looks at you, slowly slides it under his seat, just like, you didn't see that. That doesn't exist. Yeah. Peeks over, hears the whistle go off. Oh, yeah, all hands on, turns around. Hi.
Hi.
Thank you.
I'm gonna start. You're welcome.
Gives a thumbs
Have
up.
fun. She gives him a thumbs up back and starts climbing down.
But be careful. What a
No.
nice lady. Look, he does like a double take, looks down, and then he's like, yeah. Oh, I like these people. These people are new. Fidget is just helping with whatever. Sounds good. Also, let me make sure. Bardu is a gnome, by the way. Just a sailor with a wooden bird.
Yeah, no, Aurelius is just following the strongest lads of the ship and doing whatever they need him to do. Because I'm not sure if they've seen someone who can casually lift up entire tankards, like barrels,
Right.
with like one arm, like two of them at a time. And they're like, what the fuck is this guy?
There's a few who can
And then
keep
they
up
see
with
them-
you, but there's like they're looking at you like, respect, my man, respect.
Some of them see the metal arm, it's like, oh, that's cheating, that's bullshit.
The few who see the metal arm just kind of like either go, I didn't know you're a southerner. You look like one of us. Yeah, come on.
Where are you from?
I'm from hold on a second, let me pull up the map. Yep. I'm from Battle Point. Fucker over there is from Aberg. Can you believe that? Fuck off. Yeah.
Battle Point and Aelberg.
There's Captain's mate, Limith. He's from Kainigi.
Tiny.
Up
That-
way
that's
up north.
Yeah.
That's inland. You don't know why he's on a boat.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm on a boat either. I'm I'm from near Sealski. Yeah, the mountain ranges up there.
Seiski. What? Man, you're a long way from home.
Understatement of the year.
You'll do fine. You'll do fine. Also, we did not mention this. Limith is a bronze scale dragonborn.
Okay.
I
That
think we're
got
gonna get
to-
up.
Paris is ready.
There's like throw hands. Right
I
now.
think
But
we're
yeah.
gonna get along just fine. Are they fighting already?
Not yet. But Fidget is dragging Serenity, who had looked lost, to come with her to
Help with
help
stuff.
where
Yep.
necessary.
Yeah.
You're able to find stuff where you can move boxes around and do certain other tasks. Eventually, they kind of get to the menial task of just like, just scrub the deck or something.
I like the thought process that Aurelius like just ends up having to do, like counting the stock of everything that he just carried. Just the
Oh yeah, Aku would definitely be like, hey, count that. Do you know how much you did? No, go count it again. I need accurate numbers. This is why I have to work with professionals.
Where's the first mate? I'm pretty sure that's his job, isn't it?
No, it's the quartermaster's job to take care of stuff like this.
That's right, quartermaster.
First mate, make sure that I do my job so you can have your pay if you get paid for stuff. You're not getting paid because you're paying us.
Okay, I get that. Okay, so quartermaster does basically the paperwork. So you need to know. Okay, got it. I think I figured it out.
Good.
Okay, sorry, this is all new to me.
You're catching on fast at least.
He immediately pulls out the same journal that he's been taking notes on his swordsmanship on, and in the strength training section, he starts writing down however many he just did.
I need to know how many reps I'm doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys are able to start kind of just getting a feel of the boat. I'll actually mention this after session as a little aside, but I will. Someone remind me that I need to talk about that after session. But the first day is you shipping out, just for fun. Everyone roll me a D100. You are looking to not roll 20 or less.
D100.
Okay, good.
I'm brain farting really hard. How do you roll? How do you just?
On the left side of
How do
the
you-
screen, you see where the question mark in the circle is?
Yes.
If you go right above that, there's a dice, and if you hover over it, it'll have all these dice. If you go down to the D100, you just click just the D100, it'll roll one.
There we go.
There you go. So, Serenity, roll me a con
Serenity.
save.
Don't forget to roll for Valinor.
I'm rolling.
Alright, well, my god. So, two things. One, Kendall, that little gasp of realization was absolutely adorable. Two, fuck you, Don.
Let's see if you get seasick. All right,
You can go fuck yourself.
you are nauseous. You're not hucking over the edge or whatnot. However, you do see running up the stairs over the edge. Poor Valinor is
You just
having a time.
You just hear Serenity, since she was probably near the railing to begin with, because she's like, I don't know if I can trust this feeling. Just so they go, that's rough, buddy.
Yeah,
That's real rough.
That's accurate. Yeah, Valinor is sadly going to be a bit seasick.
She just pats his back.
Aurelius is sitting down having a drink with some of the lads. It's like, so do you guys have fight nights here?
Serenity's head fucking snaps up to look at him,
Hold on.
because that is the one thing that has her attention.
Hold on. What was that, Artie?
Can I go over to Valinor and just kind of rub his back?
Yeah, you can help him with that. He appreciates it. He has this ghastly expression of, thank you.
I didn't know orcs could be great.
Yeah, once we're done comforting him, Artemis is probably going to. Do they have like nets that they use here?
Yeah.
Is there a way that she could like study the knots for a minute and then help like repair some of the nets?
Make an intelligence check, and then I'll say you're probably not using. Make the intelligence check first. Okay.
Ooh, you were saying
Hold on.
Serenity?
No. She's looking over the knots, and some of the knots are kind of befuddling you of how they come together.
Mhm.
Do you ask for assistance?
Yes.
Okay. In which case,
Because
we'll
she
say,
wants to help.
yeah. We'll say that part of your day is spent with some of them kind of showing you not just one knot, but like a few different knots. Since when they get to certain points where it needs fixing, they show you how they fix it. So you can at the very least get a feel for it. And you see the captain like pause, and there's like this like look of just like processing what's all going on, shaking her head, just kind of smiling slightly, and just kind of walking forward, just kind of like, yeah, all right, cool. You are learning. Yep.
Is there something that can be done for Fidget that involves ropes and climbing and
Absolutely, yeah,
stuff like that?
totally. Making your way
Do I need to
across
roll
different
anything?
areas. I'm not gonna make you roll anything for this because I do know you are proficient in athletics.
Yes.
But you can like do little things. Where, like there's definitely points where, because this is more fantasy than actual sailing and stuff, and I don't know actual sailing, so I want to do fantasy stuff. There are points where you see like it's clearly meant to be done mostly for fun, but you can tell there's an element of being idiots. You do see some of the men will like climb up to certain points with where there's like loose bits of rope that need to go from one place to another, and they'll just like get up to it, like move around to the other side, and they just kind of just Tarzan swing around the boat to get to where they need to go.
You see
Oh, yeah.
Aurelius just casually.
Fidget is up there
dodging.
with them.
Yep. So yeah, you're up there with them. And you're
Fidget
just
is up there with them.
swinging
Can
around.
Can I roll to catch Fidget if she gets anywhere near him?
I'm
you-
kicking if you try.
You think I can?
Make an athletics check, Aurelius. If you beat a 15, Fidget, make an unarmed strike. Okay, so you
Nope.
you try to catch
That's
it. That's so close. Yeah, you almost
It's
catch her, but she sees you and she holds on for like a few seconds too long and lands next to you.
I like the thought that
Yep.
what happens is Aurelius sees her
Mm-hmm.
and he does the whole "I'm gonna jump and catch you" thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then Fidget doesn't even flinch as she like pulls herself up the rope and above his head, and he like does the jump, and his hands just like barely scrape the cloth, and that's it. And he doesn't even grab it.
Yeah, he's like, oh, dang
So
it.
you- So you're saying Fidget lands right next to Aurelius, huh?
What are you gonna do?
Can I still roll the unarmed
I'll say.
strike?
Yeah.
If that's the case, I want to defend with my hands.
Make
Does a
a.
17
I'll say
hit?
make an athletics check. It would hit. This is just more so. No, make an unarmed strike as a defense. I'll say. Actually, that makes
Okay,
sense to my head.
Wait for me.
For no,
Oh,
24
never
is the
mind.
same thing. So she punches and you kind of quickly reach out your hand to kind of counter it before she can get a full thrust on it, and you kind of just catch it in your hand. You're like, I did it. It's not your metal
Yeah,
hand though,
there's
so you're
just
like,
this
that still
grin.
stings.
If she
Yeah, there's
wants to
just this
do,
grin.
if she wants to do a second strike and turn this into basically an impromptu training, I'm down.
No, she just when he catches her fists, she kind of takes her hand back, and there's this grin across her face, going, "You're getting better." And then she'll go back to where she was helping the.
Yeah,
People
he
with
could
the
he
rope.
can continue
Yep.
assisting with. At this point, Aurelius has a mini clique of like 4 dudes.
Make
Like,
3
one
charisma
chick.
checks. Make 3 charisma
Uh,
checks.
8 charisma checks.
Yeah.
Just straight charisma, or
Yeah,
would
just
it
straight
be?
charisma. You're not
Alright,
persuading them. It's your presence.
Huan,
Mm-hmm.
Tu,
Mm-hmm.
Tui,
Okay.
and
So-
then should I do another one for the chick I mentioned, or?
No. This is
Okay.
this is for overall the crew.
All right.
You're not letting out. Just not being like, I'm advertising. I'm a paladin or anything like that. You're just with the crew. You're just kind of vibing with them. And when they tell stories, you're like, yeah, I've heard of stuff like that. You're able to kind of. For everyone else, this is perhaps some of the most. I wouldn't say brainless. I would say the most carefree moments you've seen of Aurelius in a while, where he's just kind of.
It
vibing.
feels like this is a type of person that he hasn't had the opportunity to be around for a long time. People who, like, it's like a Navy officer meeting a Army officer type thing, where like there's enough similarities, but also enough differences to make their conversations interesting, and they get each other on certain levels. And that's the best way I can explain it. Does that sound accurate, or is it like a?
I'd say there's definitely a that's definitely a good way to describe that.
Okay, yeah. I needed to be sure we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Has Artemis learned the knots?
I would say after a day you're getting practice in order to make sure that you have the knots.
Mhm.
Make sure that it's, strongly tied, and they're giving you plenty of opportunities to check it and then redo it. There's also one that oh god, I love this knot because it's not a knot. I'll say make another intelligence check for this one. I think it's called the Devil's Knot. I might be wrong. No, this is actually perfect because the way that they show it to you, you pull and you have a knot, and you're like, I'm like, okay, is this what I'm supposed to? And then you look at it like they kind of shake their head, like, watch, and they do it again, and then when they pull, there's no knot, it just pulls straight through, and you're just like, but all of these motions should make a knot. How did you do that? And they show it to you again. They're just like, keep practicing. They give you a little something to do to effectively try and make a knot.
Okay. Yeah, Artemis is gonna be hyper focused on this for the next couple of days.
Probably, yeah.
Aurelius is doing a combination of hanging out with the crew, learning how they fight with as swashbucklers, I'd imagine.
Mm-hmm.
And
trickery to it.
And of course, helping where he can, and
Serenity.
that type of thing.
Yep, Serenity. I know you've been patiently waiting.
What?
I know you've been patiently waiting.
I
Very
zonked out. I'm
patiently
gonna be
waiting.
honest.
You were zoning out.
I was looking up reference pictures for something.
Don't you want to?
Serenity, I'm sorry.
Left, straight.
Left, straight. Is that what I just heard?
Yeah. Punch.
Oh, fuck's sake.
No, he doesn't actually hit you. I was just saying it as a haha funny. When sundown
Look,
begins...
she would not be upset if he just said it.
Yep.
Alright, let's be real here.
No. When sundown begins to come, they will say that there is a point where there is lights out, where they're not going to be moving around too much, so as to not accidentally move towards any shoals or anything like that, not want to get locked up against the shore. As you're several miles off the shore, you can barely see it at this current point, which is not helping poor Velinor. But there is a certain danger, even so, that they're trying to avoid. That being said, there is still light, illumination, and at a certain point, you see a few of the people kind of move around and kind of make illumination circle, and one of them pats Aurelius on the shoulder, like, remember when you asked about how we entertain ourselves and whatnot? And you see that Limith kind of walks up, cracks his neck slowly, points at Serenity and says,
I believe you offered a challenge.
Aurelius grabs several pints of rum.
you're like, hey, don't grab too much of your stipend, otherwise you're going to be thirsty by the end of the week.
Right,
Oh, I know. Aurelius hands him one of the tankards, and he's like, this is going to be good.
Serenity immediately perks up and her eyes actually glow ever so slightly.
You see him
Fidget
slowly.
finds a spot near the back.
You see him slowly pop his knuckles, and kind of clench his fist, make a motion.
Before I do this, the rules are obviously no weapons,
Obviously.
but is anything against abilities?
Don't try and fucking kill me.
I'm asking because I fight better when I'm angry.
Then you better fight as good as you can, otherwise I'm gonna lay your ass out.
And
Are you
hear
trying
people be
to
like,
Are you trying to intimidate me or flirt with me?
I can do both.
Excellent. How do you people feel about tieflings?
What about them?
That doesn't answer my
Sailors?
question.
What, sailors?
The boat, in general.
Squints at you, points over towards where there's a few tieflings who are taking bets.
Excellent. I'm gonna rage.
Aurelius is putting 10 gold on Serenity.
All right.
There are stakes to this.
No bet on this, bro. I'm willing to bet he's about to kick my ass.
You got a shot. Not a good shot, but it's a shot.
Oh wait, is that with advantage? So I have that now. I forgot about that. Wait, do I?
Yeah, level
Look,
7.
put it this
Sure.
way. Aurelius doesn't know what the other guy is capable of, so he's betting on the
What he
horse he
knows.
knows.
Yeah.
The horse. You. No. Oh. I'm a whore, not a horse.
Down girl.
Comp, should I change the music to a little bit more
A little
fitting?
more fighting, yeah. Well, this has actually gotten into kind of like this Irish jig sort of music that I kind of like. I kind of vibe with.
I have one that works even better.
Oh, you have one even better? Go for it.
You put me in charge of music, of course.
I know
got
you
one
put you
better.
in charge of music. I was just like, oh, you got. I'm not sure. But I'm gonna. You right. This is perfect, honestly.
Silence.
What? What do you mean silence?
I love the sudden silence, like mid sentence, where you just went, "You right."
She right. So
I know what I'm doing when it comes to mood.
So you are at the top of the initiative list.
Amazing. Do. That might not hit.
And that does miss.
Oh, they changed the button that you click. Oh, how
Yeah.
cute.
Is that it? Just the one?
Oh, I forgot I have extra attack.
That also misses.
Oh, unfortunate.
Do you want me to roll in the chat or just roll with dice?
Cat.
Chat?
Also, my cat's meowing outside my door.
Tell the cat that it's not his turn to fight.
Ironically, it's the cat that always starts fights.
Attack 1. 10.
Miss.
Attack 2. 18.
Just hits. Weave.
As he reaches out and slams his hand into you, you realize it's slightly an open palm and a bit more claw to the hit. So that
Does he
is his
draw
turn.
blood, or is it like a case of
Very
bruising?
very minimal blood. He is clearly pulling his punches to avoid actually harming you much, but there's still a faint bit of blood.
She just wipes it away with her thumb, and she looks very, very amused and happy.
Kind of pause at that. No unusual reaction. What's your... Okay! That actually hits. So, yep. So, 7 damage as he takes a hit just like... Alright. Hits again for another 7. Not bad. Not bad at all. It's his turn. That'll hit.
Oh,
I'm 100% sure that hits.
that is the reaction of Aurelius too. Just the oh.
Oh,
For 6, and then another swing for 13. That should miss.
If that didn't miss, I'd be a fucking shit barbarian.
You right. It is your turn. As he seems to be contemplating.
I did do math.
That'll miss.
Miss.
That'll hit. Thankfully for you, at least, it is pretty easy to tell what you're going to be doing for damage. Alright. I need to be cycling this, by the way. Bad. So, Limith takes a moment. He's just like, clearly thinking about something. He goes, nah, not worth my time. It's just gonna swing at you. That'll miss. That will hit.
Just hits.
For another 8, halved to 4.
Oh, come on. I'm really not worth your best. Whoops.
Oh,
Ooh.
Okay, so after saying that, that crit's very befitting. Oh!
Oh my god, dude!
Get him! Get him!
She chose violence!
Don't murder the guy.
Wham!
oh my gosh!
Bam!
Aurelius is cheering at this point. Holy shit!
Alright, so that is 8 and 8 damage. Actually, you know what? No. Roll me 2d2s. So, for both of those.
Okay.
So, 3 and 4. Plus your strength, so 7 and 8. So you dealt 15 damage this turn.
Ooh.
As you slam into him, and he's just kind of like looks at himself, look back to you, kind of looks at your hands, just like processing, just like the calculating meme of just hold on.
What just happened?
Again, you hear him kind of pop his knuckles, and you just hear a few people go, "Not the lightning!" And he's just kind of like, "I'm not doing that shit. I'm having fun."
That makes 2 of us.
And you see him like take an odd fighting stance, and you hear him exhale suddenly as he is going to use Fighting Spirit.
What?
What do you mean, what?
I've somehow never
Wait.
heard of this.
I know this.
I know this too.
As he grins, he has advantage on all of his attacks against you.
So,
Copy that real quick. So that should be a 23.
yeah.
For 7. 26.
We take the lower half when reducing damage, don't we?
Yes, round down. So 3 total.
Okay.
For 8. So he slams into you twice, and as you're like getting ready, like start swinging yourself, he comes around again as he's going to action surge.
Yes.
He got hit
Gotta love a
twice, and
fighter.
it's like he got hit twice, and was like, I understand now. I must treat you as the threat you are. 15. That should miss.
Yes.
So he hits you with all but those, and he does get a little bit temp HP.
Alright. I mean, since he's already got advantage, reckless!
Can I roll to identify what Aurelius thinks he's looking at?
I would say intelligence check.
Oof.
24 hits, 13 misses.
I mean, you already know what damage I'm doing, so...
7 with an 18. It's a fighting style, a bit more coastal in nature. Nepal is known for having a number of such entities. However, it has come as far as Key for some of them, where it is a fighting style that revolves around certain breathing techniques to allow you to tense and alter certain muscles to be able to be more hardy, while also allowing you to hyper focus really fast.
That's not what I'm asking. What I'm asking is, does Aurelius recognize what he is?
Yes, that's why I was giving you the descriptor. As
Okay.
he is a samurai fighter.
Yes. Ah, excited noises. Let's go.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Of course.
Sorry.
You're fine.
I need to get a fucking super duper for this.
My cat has now been let into the room, and the first thing he did was rub up against my leg.
Of course.
Zupa-dupa.
As he nods to you respectfully as he takes the hit with the first one, pushes away the second one, then slams his palm against you, which you quickly block. He's like, he nods, he's just like, you're fast. Slams you again. Maybe not fast enough. Oh, he had advantage on those. So the first one is a 25. 2d20, highest one. First. A second one also does hit.
Yep.
So I'll just add them both together. Oh, wait, no, I shouldn't have done that.
I was about to say, I'm like, the damage would be halved weird, so.
6 to 3, 5 to 2. So you take a total of 5. Still the right number. Still the right number.
Okay, my brain had to, like, process how I needed to calculate that. For some reason, it just stopped.
Oh, I calculated it for you. That's why I gave you the number. Finger gun.
No, I took out the 3 right before we said we didn't need to do that, and then I'm like, wait, what was my health at before?
You're fine.
But
Back to your turn. 24. 15. 24 does hit, 15 does not.
how's he looking, Don?
He's bouncing from foot to foot. Let me put it this way. Your rage means he's not fucking you up near as much as you're fucking him up, but he's having fun with it.
This is so Fidget. The way he's acting is how Fidget acts.
He's like, you're gonna keep hitting me, and you're gonna take no damage? You're disrespecting me, but in a way I like. Keep doing it. being fair as well, he's technically handicapped because this is not his fighting style.
To be fair, this ain't hers either.
Yeah, both of you are held back slightly by not having your primaries on you. Don't worry. Once he hits bloody, he will tap out. As
I came into
expected
battlefield with just a knife and no AK. Oh no, he's gonna fucking smack the shit out of me. I can feel it.
Even though you are recklessing, he is still going to do his. Actually, no, he's going to second wind. That's what he's going to do.
Ooh.
For 12 health.
I think second wins the action, isn't it?
That's the bonus action. And
Yep.
then he's swinging at you again.
Swing, swing, swing!
16 misses. 22 hits.
It'll hit.
Alright, for 2 damage. I'll say if you hit him with the next 2 hits, we'll call it there. Just because it's going to be a back and forth for a while. Because again, you're raging, he's working it. You are off by a little bit with the second hit, but it is still going to be that back and forth where you'll wear him down. You have the tankiness to
Yes
take
already.
Yeah. You just
Please, some of your Artemis says that shit out loud.
Probably looks up from her knots very briefly if he'll have been fighting for a while and just says that before
Yeah.
going back to her knots.
As you say that, you look up, you just hear Darren go, "Hold on, keep watching. I want to see if they start kissing. Come on. No, don't look at the nuts. Oh, I'm so bored."
She'll look up very reluctantly from the knots.
Yes. Fight, 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 fight. Fuck, 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 fuck.
Yes, yes.
You keep saying that, I'm gonna look back down.
I mean, fight, fight, fight. Look, I'm bored in here. After the bit, he will acquiesce that you have done more than admirably, and he will give you a nod of respect, kind of wiping at his lip for a moment, looking at it, sees a little bit of blood, just like spits off to the side. One of the people goes, "Nothing." One of the people goes, "I'll get it," and starts cleaning it off, and he's like, "Not bad."
Just a rage in and kind of like wipes her nose with the back of her hand. Ah, definitely hurt more than I expected.
What, you've never fought someone who's willing to go toe-to-toe with you and actually hold their own? Shame. Kind of leans forward.
Only
and gives you a
another.
little
Oh. she just basically said, well, there was one other, and then once he winked at her, she just stopped.
He grins and kind of just...
At this
Go ahead.
At this point, Aurelius goes up, smiling, and like grabs them both by the shoulder and just goes, "What a fucking fight!"
How you bet 10 gold?
Yes.
Let me roll some real quick.
Of all, Aurelius is unintentionally a cockwalk.
One person was
Oh, you noticed that too, right?
foolish enough to take the bet, and you have 10 gold.
An extra 10 gold, or
Yes, you won 10 gold.
fuck yeah! I now have 38 gold.
Nice.
I love how you... That hurts me inside. I love how you say foolish.
What we can all give
Yeah.
Aurelius back our 40.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. That's why his bank is currently low. But
I know.
after a little bit, you'll hear "All good on the deck" as you see the captain stroll forward, just kind of looking around, just looking between you all, just with this look at this, just like, we all good here? And you see the first mate kind of wipe their lip. You see her look at him with this look of just like, again? And he just kind of shrugs like, yeah, again.
Jordan smiles. In his defense, I started it.
He doesn't get a defense. He's the one setting the example. So the example is fights on the deck still? Are you against it? Of course not. Let me know next time. I want front row seats. I expect
Bernie's eyes perk up.
I expect blood on my shoes.
I'm
Pats
more
him on
than
the
happy to
chest.
do this every night.
Aurelius kind of does a bit of a like fancy bow. I too would like to be involved in these fights.
Oh, really? And you see the captain step up, look you over slowly. If you could last a minute, I'd be surprised. But then again, perhaps you could. Pats you gently on the chest, and then like kind of pauses, and then kind of like just seeing if she could. I want to roll this real quick. With one arm, she shifts her weight and lifts you up by the front of your shirt.
Oh, bro.
Looks up
Serenity
at you,
is gleefully laughing.
nods after a moment, sets you back down, pats you on the chest.
Is
do.
this a one-handed lift?
This is a one-handed lift, yes.
Okay. Aurelius does not oppose this.
I didn't think you would. I was seeing if she could. She could. She rolled high enough. I'm not going to tell you what she rolled. I'll just say this: it was above a 20, not natural.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Madam,
Hmm.
with all due respect, I want to fight you next.
Not tonight.
Not tonight, obviously. He already beat the shit out of me. She's like still wiping her nose.
Aurelius hands fucking Serenity his rum, and he goes back to work, and I'll drop out of VC because I gotta go pick up my phone.
No worries. Go pick up your
All right.
partner.
So she takes the handkerchief. So, Limith,
Hmm.
there's a chance we could talk in private later.
We're not allowed to have relations on board, but once we hit the wave break, I'm sure there's a place we could talk further. Of course, we could talk as privately as one can on a boat.
Drugs? I wouldn't mind that offer.
Good.
so many jokes that I could make, and all of them I'm going to stay shut about.
There is a point a little bit later where, as you are working the knots, Artie, you will see like a little shadowy form kind of closer to you, kind of scuttle closer, and kind of scuttle a little closer. Then just sit crisscross applesauce, leaning forward as you see Aku just kind of watching you intently, or at least watching the knots intently.
Hello.
Hey. Hi. Hi. You learn fast. Those are pretty decent knots. Pretty decent knots.
Thank you.
Mob would be impressed. Mob's kind of motions over to where the goblin is, watching the two people who fought, just like, if they keep spitting blood on the deck, I'm going to lose my mind. Mob's a smart sort. So is Bardu. Bardu over there. Bardu tinkers. Curlis is... I haven't seen Curlis. No one knows if they see Curlis sometimes, but he's here. Vapor. You're not put off by Vapor, are you? They're really nice once you get to know them.
Oh, it's very difficult to put me off.
Good. That's good. Where some of us are kind of looks around. Some of us are a bit more of the motley sort of bunch. Where, you know, we're here to work. This is kind of our job.
Oh, I get that. I used to work with a motley crew too.
That's good. That's nice. I was just wondering, because you kind of taps at their glasses. You got these either from someplace near the border or over the border, right? From kind of leans in, kind of whispers, Danziel. Not a lot of people like to hear that name nowadays, but I figured I'd ask.
Why?
I wanted to ask because, well, kind of motions to theirs, and they're like, ones I got work fine and dandy, but these are my backup set, and I haven't been able to fix my other set, and I was wondering if you knew anything about possibly helping put it together.
Yeah,
or
let me see.
They
Let me see.
They reach into a pouch. It's very carefully. They hold it out, like shaking hands, like they're like don't, and they open it, and there's like a crack that's like goes across half of it. Like they clearly dropped it, and these are again thick glasses, which means they probably dropped it and something fell on it. But it's still only just cracked. A mending spell could handle this, or some other form of work could do with that. Your jeweler's kit would actually be able to potentially replace it.
Okay, can a mending spell be that second spell that I learned?
Yes.
Because I never picked a second spell.
Do you have enough cantrip slots for that? Yes, you did just learn a new cantrip. At 4th level, wizards learn another cantrip. So you could have learned mending, yes.
Alright. Let me just enter this in really quick.
Of course. I'm like, I think 4th level's when you learn a new cantrip. That can be it, right? Yeah, totally.
Let's just say yes.
Yes. No, it is. I double checked. And you've been understandably under the weather, so just if you need help with that, let me know and I will send what I can to assist. I try help.
I found the thing. I'm just
Yes.
typing it in.
Of course. You can drag and drop,
I don't.
Here, so hold on. So just to help you out with that real quick. So on your sheet, you're obviously trying to put it in. Look, you know where the compendium is? Right next to the journal? On the right side of the
What?
screen, there's a lowercase I in a circle. You see it? At the top of the...
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
If you hover over it, it says compendium. If you click on that and then type in the word mending,
Wait, where?
So, did you click on the eye in the circle?
Yes.
And it says D&D 5th edition, and then there's a search bar.
Yes.
Type in the word mending. It'll search for a second, and it'll say spells, mending. Mending.
Okay.
So, do you see it?
Yes.
Click hold, drag it to your sheet, and drop it on.
Okay. Oh, cool.
Yep, if it is in the compendium already for like the player's handbook, you can just type it in there, click hold, drag and drop onto your sheet, and that way you don't have to go back and forth and set it all up yourself. With the later stuff like Xanathar's and Tasha's, you will have to put it in yourself, but that is much faster for you.
Okay. Yeah. Artemis will kind of look at him and kind of put a finger to her lips. Before, what materials do I need for mending?
For material components, you can use your Artificer's tools as a spellcasting focus.
Okay, yeah, she'll use that.
Yep.
And, she will, cast mending on on his glasses.
So you're holding it and you've worked with this slowly, and he kind of watches. He leans forward and pulls back slightly. Like he's like trying to lean forward but also pulling himself away so he's not like hovering over you, as he's just kind of watching. Like, and after the minute, you kind of put your thumb against it and you kind of slowly wipe it off. And the crack is fixed, and they kind of reach out very hesitantly, take it, kind of take off their first glasses, and then put the other ones back on, put the other ones into the sight. They blink, and there's a certain clarity that you notice is different between the two, meaning that the second pair were probably either an initial pair that were purchased and they didn't have the right prescription effectively. And as they're like, again, the big bug eyes from just, the bottle glasses that these things are. But they kind of look and they kind of exhale slowly, and they look like they like slump over, and they actually just fall over to the side, just like, ugh, like they just suddenly just died, just, ugh, and they're like, I can see. And they sit back up. Oh, I've been hurting my eyes all day, and I was so nervous about coming to ask for help, and I feel like such an idiot. Thank you so much. I don't even know your name. I'm Aku. And he holds out his hand to you.
And, she'll shake it. I'm Artemis.
Shakes your hand. It's a pleasure to meet you, Artemis. I gotta tell Mob about you. Mob doesn't know stuff like that, but they're pretty smart. And I'm getting a headache just thinking about how long I didn't think about this.
Is magic okay on this ship?
Don't cast magic on people without their permission, but like most magic, like generally it's like all right, just like a little bit of magic. I mean, kind of motions again. Bardu says he does magic, but I don't believe him because he puts stuff in stuff and it just does stuff. Watch out for the bird. If he points it at someone, get out of the way.
Okay.
He's weird, but we love him.
Well, I mean, weird is the fun part.
Yeah.
She kind of gestures at the rest of her party.
Yeah. I can see that. Oh, do you know how to play Ship Captain Crew?
The what?
Okay, so he will take a bag out and he pulls out 5 dice. So it's a real easy game. All right, ready?
Okay.
So what you do, and I'm actually gonna roll this here. Roll 5d6. All right, so you see how I got these numbers here?
It's
So the only one of those I want to keep is one of the 4s. Okay? That's the crew. I want to roll a 5 or a 6. And so I can roll 2 more times. And if I get ship, captain, and crew, the other numbers add up to make my score. So here, watch. I'll do it again, just so you can see what a full set looks like. See, I got a ship now. And I'm not supposed to roll all of them. I'm supposed to roll. So I got a ship and a crew anyway. So I only need to roll 3 of them because I already got a ship and I got a crew. So I only need to roll 3 dice. Oh. I'm always really bad at rolling the ship. I'm not good at rolling 6s. But then you roll. You want to try? He offers the dice to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see, 5d6?
Yep. If you want to do the fast rolling, if you go to the dice that I showed you before, you can just
Found
hover
it.
over it.
Yes.
Yes. So look, you got a ship and crew. So you only need to roll 3 of them now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you already got the ship and the crew. Okay, so you got a ship, captain, crew with a score of 5. I didn't win, but you won. It's really easy.
Oh,
Yeah, it's really easy. If you did this and you did it with 2 turns, you can tell people that they have to roll to match you if you roll before them. So people would only have 2 times to get ship, captain, crew to try and beat you, which means you have a better chance of winning. It's real easy like, and it's kind of motions to it. It's fun, ain't it?
yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Do you play this often?
With Mog, yeah, and with Vapor sometimes. Vapor's really good at ship, captain, crew, or at least he says he is. I think he cheats, but I can't tell.
Oh, okay.
I think he just knows how the wood underneath can bounce the stuff, make it. I'm kidding. But yeah, if you do magic, can I watch like tomorrow? I'd love to see a little, just a little.
Sure. If there is anything else that needs to be like done, because not everywhere is very accepting of magic.
No, definitely not. I'm kind of motions over to where Serenity and Limith are talking. Limith and I are from Napa. It's across the Serpentine Pass. It's not Danziel or Cormundum or nothing like that. Magic is considered something you learn as a rite of passage. Not saying that everyone learns it, but like some people who go into it, it's a lot more something that's taught to people who are like nobility, high up sort of people. And apparently they can just learn it in other places. And I'm excited to learn about new stuff. And then people go, "Oh, it's scary." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, it's scary. It's because it's royalty almost."
It's considered a curse in some places.
Huh?
Like,
Just this look of just what?
Like you have some people are born with it, and they consider them cursed blood.
Oh, the people who naturally have magic? Oh, you mean the people who are born with magic in them innately, and the ones who are the rising stars?
What?
Bright eyes shining. Yeah, rising stars. They're people who are born of low-blooded families sometimes, and they have power that wakes up from them. Sometimes it's really dangerous, and so they have to be given to higher noble families, and so they're accepted and adopted into them because of the fact that they got natural strength and power given to them by the storms and dragons and he clearly stuttering, trying to remember. He's clearly someone who's working off of secondhand knowledge, but he's with your passive insight, you can tell he's genuine and he's very flustered.
I can. If it's okay on the ship, and if there are other things that might need to be fixed, I can always do
I
that.
have-
If she kind of makes a gesture at his glasses again.
Yeah, I would ask the captain. Captain's usually pretty good about that. Paula's, really smart lady. She knows more than me about a lot of stuff. She's traveled a lot further than I have. She said once that she went to a place where there was like so much water she hated it, but I don't believe that. No one could hate that much water. I mean, look at the ocean. It's all water.
Yeah, it's water.
Yeah, I like the ocean. It calms me. Welcome back, by the way, Zar.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm back now.
Yep.
My partner just dropped a water bottle, I think.
Ah.
Sprite, apparently.
So what you missed, just quickly filling you in.
Yeah.
Aku came over and talked to Artemis. And
Oh, I thought you were like, a coup happened on the ship, and now they're trying to... No, was like, what the
war! Fighting! No, Aku the kobold asked Artemis for some assistance, and she was able to mend his original glasses, and apparently the ones he was wearing were giving him a bit of a angry crotchetiness because it was giving him a headache, because it was not his prescription, if you will. And she taught him about ship captain crew. I can teach you about that later, so you're aware and in the know. Because I might use that for certain card games or other games and whatnot if you're trying to play those and whatnot. But he then was talking to her and discussing her magic, and he says that in Nepal, magic is considered a noble right, and that people who are sorceress are considered occasionally rising stars, and if they are lowborn who are suddenly given this ability, they're often given to higher up, like higher, low, high, middle class and whatnot, and generally they can ascend from there because of the fact that they have this naturally gifted power from all these sorcerers, which is very different from anything anyone else would have heard. And so she's asking about if she can use her magic elsewhere, and he is obviously telling her, talk to Paula to make sure that she can do so. And he's like giving her like a thumbs up, like, she's really nice, and I'm sure you'll like her.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Has
Artemis.
any further days passed since I've been gone,
not
or
yet.
is it?
No,
Okay.
I was doing a thing for Artemis.
I was just making sure.
Yeah, you guys all had moments. I want to make sure that
Yeah.
Artie has a moment to discuss smart things, because she should get to do that more often.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, no worries.
Artemis made a friend
She did.
while doing knots.
Yes. Technically speaking, because you are friends with Aku, you are now Mog's friend by association, whether Mog likes it or not.
Excellent.
Because Aku is just like, this is my friend Mog. Mog is my new friend. Their name is Artie. Miss Artie. Yeah. And they're my friend now. And Mog's just like, do you cast trouble?
Sometimes,
Do you get injured?
yes,
I'll keep my eye on you.
but I can fix it. But I can fix it when I get injured.
Squints at you. I might actually enjoy your presence. We'll see.
I can also fix other people when they get injured.
I like you now. Immediately. I don't know if I like you. Hold on. Let her cook. I like you.
Yes, we have 2 other people that we brought with us that can also help people when they are injured.
Oh, I like that. Where are they? Actually, hold on. Let me roll some real quick.
Shoot.
Where am I?
Velenor's feeling
Well, one
better.
of us just finished beating the shit out of your first mate.
And Velinor is got a nat 20, so he feels wonderful.
He's feeling so much better.
And
Man, the cook
And
gave me
fit-
something in my
yeah.
stomach. I feel so much better. Yep.
Called
Yeah,
the ginger ale.
Let her talk.
yeah, fidgets off on her own, just meditating.
Go ahead,
Yep,
Artie.
Artemis will make a gesture towards Velinor and then at Aurelius.
Tall, dark, and brooding.
Kind of nods to the both of them. I think you'll do well here then. All right. Don't get into too much trouble if you fall off the ship.
vapor has to get you.
If I fall off the ship, I'm not a good swimmer, so good luck.
They kind of look between each other, and they just kind of nod. Like, yeah. The next day, I'm just going to slide forward a little bit. They will say that if you go too close to the rail, there is a harness that they will offer you. Just like, if you fall off the ship, just make sure you grab this harness. That way you don't... They're like, this is our new friend, and we will make sure that if they fall off the ship, we can save them.
Mm-hmm. Artemis will thank them, and whenever she gets near the railing, she'll put the harness on.
Very good, very good. So, who wants to roll a dice?
I can roll.
Okay,
Oh,
both of you.
Paris and I both said it.
What was that robot?
That was Paris.
That might have been me.
Yes.
Sorry.
So both of you, actually, because I was going to see if one of you would
Okay.
say it, but if two of you said it, that's perfect. Both of you, roll me D4s.
You four?
D4s.
One.
Marvelous. So,
What are you rolling for?
days.
We'll see.
Days. Okay, cool.
Yes. 4 days pass. I'll actually move you on the map here. Up, wrong layer, where am I? Oh, I'm on the wrong page.
Yeah.
Don't look at me.
We can all see your misfortune.
Do not perceive me.
Kind of hard when you're the DM.
Ah. So, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day.
Surprised you didn't do the fucking. What's his fucking name?
I don't know. We are
The
wrapping up
vampire
soon.
from Sesame Street.
1,
The count.
2,
Count.
3.
Thank you.
Ah.
I knew I'd count his name. I couldn't remember the rest.
Do not worry, we'll count to 4. Now, 4 days pass. You're getting a bit more acquainted, a bit better with the knots, a bit better with working around, a bit more in the athleticism. Don't worry, we are wrapping up soon. Limith will keep up with sparring with you. The captain will spar with Aurelius the first night. And it is...
Can I just roll a D100 to see how well I go?
Sure.
All right. Oh, that's not good.
So you feel like you're doing okay, and then all of a sudden at one point she just lays you out, and you're just like laying on the ground like, wow, there's a lot of stars out tonight. Oh. And then she reaches down, picks you back up, and just kind of brushes you off and says, I'll see you again. And go ahead, Serenity, roll a D100. Just for a little bit of quick fun. You're expecting it to be kind of similar to, Limith. There's something very immediately different about the way she hits you. She is somehow able to get around your rage defense.
Excuse you?
She gets around your rage defense, and she's able to lay you out a lot faster than Limith did. You don't know how, but she is doing it. I'm not going to tell you how, but it's something to keep in mind.
I like the thought that Aurelius and Serenity after this are just like going back and forth debating how, like, what the fuck
Literally,
just
how
happened.
this might be possible.
This isn't possible, but it happened. How is it possible? Why isn't it possible? It just isn't. Why not, you stupid bastard?
Victor's literally sitting here, keep fighting her, I felt that!
He's just like, I felt that. What was that?
Yeah, somewhere
There's a
between
woman.
the fighting,
Yep.
Artemis probably approached her to ask if she could, like, mend things on the ship.
You mean fix them with your hands, or...
Kind of wiggles her fingers. Like, ooh, magic.
I respect that you're asking before you're just doing it. You have my permission. If any of my crew gives you any lip, tell me. Point them out to me. And I'll make sure they don't give you lip no more. On the second day, someone actually's like, wow, whoa, you know, like giving you a bit of lip. You don't even have to tell the captain. The captain is just suddenly there. Boot on the man's back, slamming him to the floor, just like, looks to you. How's the mending going?
It's going well.
Good. Looks down to the man. He giving you trouble?
Well, not anymore.
Wonderful. My young lad. And the guy kind of looks up with this look that's just like, yeah? You're swabbing the deck. And when we get to port, I might make you put on barnacle duty if you keep this up. Walks off of him, and he just kind of like looks up to you like, eh. Then you see just fucking Akuk just kind of go, yeah! Yeah, she has permission. Go away. Shoot!
You see Aurelius in the background helping, like, some of the people with some shit, and he's just like, what's barnacle duty?
Oh, yeah. They get on the underside of the ship, you gotta peel them off or they'll give the hull damage, and, well, if Vapor finds out you've flubbed on barnacle duty, he'll make you do it again. And he'll make you do it while staying underwater the whole time. It's terrifying.
So what I'm hearing is you need a really, really big scraper. He says, looking at his greatsword.
Not like that. It's more like a crowbar sort of scraper.
Oh.
Yeah. Otherwise, that might actually damage the hull, and then Vapor will be on you for other reasons.
Yeah, okay, alright, yeah. He just keeps walking it like,
yeah.
Well, there goes that idea.
There goes that idea. And Fidget, you're able to talk to the locket. It has various different thoughts about different things. Nothing too exciting. Curiosities mostly. But the fourth day,
I had a feeling.
yeah, the fourth day comes around. Sundown occurs. You don't have a fight this night. On this night, they tell you that we're going to be resting for a bit. We're at the end of the week. It's a day of relaxation. Make sure you mend your wounds and whatnot. Make sure you guys have long rests marked off.
Yeah. I might just say that Aurelius is kind of learning how they fight, and he's kind of exchanging what he does.
Yeah,
Just back and forth. Like, things like that, but not heavy,
of course.
all out. Yeah.
Of course. Not all out fighting, but just kind of like stances and whatnot. I'll say, what is your
Yeah.
passive perception?
My passive?
Yeah.
That is a 12.
Cool. -5 because you're currently in the middle of doing other things. No worries there. Anyone else on the deck?
What?
Fidget would be.
Fidget's on the deck?
Looking for what?
No, not
Fidget
looking.
would be on the deck.
Why are you on the deck at all? Is what I'm asking.
Is that where I'm fixing things?
A lot of the things tend to be fixed on the deck, yes. It is night, though,
Okay, then
when you're told you can relax and be at ease, not having to fix everything.
Then she'll
I'm
go
on
back to
the-
her knots hyperfixation.
Gotcha. Go ahead, Perry.
I'm on the deck. Also, you saying you have a long rest. That didn't sound comforting. That sounded like a threat.
That's
always
why
a
he
threat.
said it.
Yeah, it's always a threat. So you're on the deck doing what?
He's ending things with like me.
Currently,
or
she's probably just
Serenity?
Serenity first.
Currently, she's probably just casually talking to Limith if possible.
It's possible. And Fidget?
Fidget would be watching, like looking over the railing, looking at the water in deep
Marvelous.
thought. She's counting her days.
Gotcha. So, Artie is hyperfixating passive 21?
21.
Cool.
Yes.
-5 because hyperfixation on nuts, so 16. Serenity, what's your passive perception?
I believe 14.
So, talking to Limith,
let me-
-5 for 9. So, Artie, you'll catch this. However,
15, excuse me.
15. Cool. So, 10. You, Fidget, being on the rail, counting the days, I would like for you to roll me an active perception check. As you hear some
Active
sounds that kind of make you go, and kind of look around. You
It's
notice it-
Kraken time.
You notice it first. You don't know what it
Okay.
is, so you're not able to call it out immediately.
shapes kind of moving in the water.
Yeah, you just hear her go,
No, you've seen big
No.
fish, dolphins, and whatnot moving near the water, so you don't immediately
Yeah,
call it out as such.
No, she's not gonna say it right away. It's
Yeah.
just like, huh? And then as she's like keeps looking, if anything strange, she'll voice the
Yeah. See, kind of like, again, it's just a shape in the water at first. Moonlight makes it a little difficult with the glint of the different colors of red and blue and white across the waves. But there's a moment as it slips near where you see a protrusion, almost like an arm, and then it just kind of seems to dive. As you kind of lean forward a bit, you can see that there seems to be little movements. And Artie, you hear a soft splashing from the other side. Not of something specifically like doing anything violent, just something breaking the waves. A little something else.
Can I check it out?
Yep, you stand up. As you kind of go over and you look over, you can see that there's something that kind of breaks the waves for a second. Seems to almost be like looking around, like a humanoid head, before seeming to look towards the boat, dive back down.
Do I recognize what it is?
Nature check.
14.
Humanoid is what you get. Your first thought is Triton, but something was weird about it. You're not certain.
There's
about
someone
it.
in the water.
As you say that, you see a few others kind of near you, Pry, Aku, and Mog, who kind of like perk up for a second. After, like, they kind of like look towards the water and then look back to you. And then you see kind of the gear click in Mog as Mog kind of points and kind of like cups his middle finger and thumb into a circle and speaks through it. You don't hear any sound, but he points towards Limith, who suddenly perks up and looks over. And he moves his hand over and he kind of slams it against a bell suddenly, Serenity. As you just hear ding, 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 ding. As you see people just suddenly start looking around. You look away for a second, Fidget, as you suddenly hear a splash of something like as you quickly look back and see landing next to you is some merfolk Triton individual who turns and looks at you. And then you see another head kind of lean back and look to you as this two-headed merfolk looks in your direction, and several others begin jumping out of the water and landing on the boat.
Aurelius.
Goddamn pardon?
And that is where we will end the session.
I was gonna say Aurelius reaches for his greatsword.
Obvious.
I didn't. Oh, that was it.
Yeah, no, you're getting ready, but yes, that is where we're ending the session on.
and then we gotta wait 2 weeks to battle.
Yep.
Woo!
It'll be fun.
Woo!
But yes,
Woo!
for those who are watching with us this evening, thank you so much for coming out and watching us. We really do appreciate it. We do post these on YouTube at YouTube Uncommon Guru. I do try and put them under the tag Cormundum Chaos for people to be able to find them a little bit easier. And if you do show up and give it a secondary watch, I appreciate any comments, just letting us know you were switching by. And if you don't, go watch it on YouTube. We're just glad you were here. For those who are on YouTube, we do also stream these on Twitch, generally every Monday around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Next week, we'll be doing a one-shot. We've been discussing and having a lot of talk about this collective. And next week, we are going to have a small group who are going to be working for the collective in Corvin, where we will be able to have Mary, Purple Moss, Fidget as the DM, and I will be one of the players. And that will be next week.
Lots of fuckery.
Lots of fun. It's going to be great. But until then, thank you all so much for coming out with us. We greatly appreciate your time and attention. We hope you have wonderful weeks and wonderful times in general. Until next time, we've been WhatTeamComp. We'll see you all later. Bye-bye!
Bye!